Oh,
Guess
what
might be a
the
delay.
hell?
Might be delayed. Might be
No,
delayed.
no. Well, guess that intro's getting skipped.
The rats might have made a wrong turn.
No, I created a new live stream, so it had the setting that
go.
I had to it had the setting that I have to actually press go live on YouTube to do it. So I just got to change that next time.
All right, let's since I didn't hear that last part, let's poll the audience about this whole alt enter thing.
Yeah, just that I never knew alt entered exists. Watch there be a whole bunch of dudes in the comment section. I've always known about alt enter, but you know, like alt tabbing out of like when you're playing a game on PC, it like fucks up everything. Your system starts to get a little bit crazy and janky, and the alternate is alt enter, and that puts your game in you know, in like borderless mode. in windowed mode, so you can actually do whatever you need to do. And then go back into the game, press Alt Enter again, and it'll go full screen again. And I've never heard no PC gamer mention this ever. Bond just told me about it earlier today. And you know, as much as PC gamers like to act like they know it all, I've never heard them mention this.
I ain't never heard of that in my life. I ain't even gonna hold
you better get on Alex, Jack.
Oh man,
shit crazy. They be talking like they know everything.
I thought that was the only way you could get into window mode. I didn't know it was another one.
Bro, why does 50 Cent's mugshot look like Kid Smoove?
Wow. Anyway.
Speaking of it, let me get my intro out the way because I'm going to have to go mute for like 20 minutes.
Your mic kind of loud, by the way, Smoove.
Is it?
A little bit. You turn it down slightly.
Is there a change?
No, you sound fine to me.
Oh, maybe
yo,
it's just me.
Jack,
you're good now.
Google it real quick. 50 Cent mugshot look like a bald kid.
No man.
Go ahead and do your intro, Smoove.
What's up, everybody? It's the Best Spot Kid Smoove. Welcome to another episode of Weapon Wheel Podcast. After this podcast, make sure y'all check out my werewolf review. Yeah, that's it. So funny, and I'm getting into that battle jack move. I'm because these dudes you got on these battle streets looking like easy candy. So,
you think you're ready for the Jiggy battle league?
Absolutely.
Well, you know the next episode is gonna be Kid Dangerous versus New Yokio. Tony's stepping in there.
Kid Dangerous should have won that one. You guys did wrong by him.
No, he shouldn't.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. If I was judged, I would have picked Kid Dangerous. I'm gonna be real.
I have no faith in Tony. By the way, I just want to put that on record. I have no faith.
He said he got straight heat, yo.
Tony think them little Twitter bars he be thinking of, you know, all night, and then you know, releasing them in the morning. I'm like, nigga, okay, you gonna have to put together at least like 30 of those to actually win one of these battles, Tony. You struggle.
He gonna need a lot of those.
You struggle to come up with one each day. How you gonna come up with 30 for the battle? I'm just saying.
Well, he just gotta go back to the last month's worth of work.
Yeah, he gotta keep some of them tweets in the touch. Yeah.
I want to know is how come the doctor is not in the battle league?
Oh, that's a great question. We got to get Dr. Trey on there. Ooh,
that's what
I need that. Yeah,
that legendary intro he got.
I needed to see the definitive roastings.
Yes, sir.
Right. Smoove did his intro. Mocha, what's going on?
Hi, y'all.
You doing?
Hello.
Everything
You're not
good?
in Atlanta, are you, Mocha?
Huh?
You're not in Atlanta today, are you?
No, I'm not in Atlanta.
We just checking.
No.
Ask questions. Blandrew.
How's it going, everybody?
Right. Jack.
What's good? What y'all boys, man? What's popping? Let's get it.
Jack out here franchise. You know, he got his little merch. He's got a battle league now. You out here being an enterprise, dog.
Hey, man, you know, we just trying to expand a little bit, man. Get in tune with the movement, man. JiggyMerch.com, you know what I mean? Jiggy Ski Mask, get yours today. We working, you know what I mean?
I mean, if this man could cook, he could open up a fast food joint.
Hey, that might be next. You never know.
I see you, dog. I see you. I ain't gonna lie to you, though. You know, I might need some compensation to be a judge, you know, in the future, son. You know?
Hey, BG, you was a good judge too, man. A lot of people was criticizing you. You did a good job, man. I appreciate you, dog.
Like, there was somebody in the comments that said, "Why is BG a judge?" I'm like, "Sir, I've been watching URL since 2004, dog. Like, literally since its conception." Talking about, dog. So appreciate that. So you can compensate me in the future, though.
I'm just waiting for the tax season to come out till Jack gets all pissed off. What the hell's going on?
Oh, I just did my trying to get me, dog. Trying to get me.
Jimmy.
Yo, what's up, man? Jamie Good Games. I'm here.
Jay Harvey, our guest. What's up? What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing? What's up? Ain't nobody
coming on. And Bond.
What's going on, everybody? Weather's starting to get a little bit warmer.
Yeah,
not much is going on. Just been hard at work, relaxing. Let's get this going today and get them likes up. God damn.
Yes, please hit the like button. Help support the podcast. Share the podcast out. We would appreciate that. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. This is episode 272. Go check out the Weapon Wheel Patreon. Go support that. The After Dark has been really good. If I do say so myself, I may be a little bit biased, but since we've done the restructuring and made some changes the past couple of weeks, After Dark has been really good. By the way, if you haven't submitted your questions and topics for After Dark 272, go do that now during the show. The post has been up this entire week. So yeah, if you haven't done it, go do that.
I got some good feedback on the After Dark. And don't worry, tonight is about to be lit once we go in on Atlanta tonight.
All right. So yeah, support the Patreon. We would appreciate that. You could become a member of the channel also, get some custom emotes, chat badges. And that gives you access to the Weapon Wheel Discord. We got a nice little community going on in there. If you want to submit a video to be featured during the podcast, just send me an email at weaponwheelpress@gmail.com, and I'll give you the Google Drive link so you can drop off that gameplay in there. All right. So we gonna get it started. Get right into it. First, some quick news. All right. We're gonna skim through some of these. Of course, just chime in, jump in, stop me if you want to, talk about this further. So we talked about what last week. Watch Dogs Legion was releasing in this month, but it's now Watch Dogs Legion Online. Watch Dogs Legion Online. I don't know who really is excited for it, but that has been delayed on PC and I think consoles. I know they said PC, but I think later on they also said that they're delaying the console versions of Watch Dogs Online. Among Us has added a quick chat option. I don't know if Among Us is really being played like that no more. Jack, what's going on with Among Us? Is it still hot in these streets?
Yeah, people still playing them. I mean, me personally, I haven't really been on it yet because I'm still waiting for the new map to drop. It's supposed to already be out, but it still ain't out yet. Yeah, I still see people playing Among Us. Yeah, it's still pretty big.
Okay, so that's getting a quick chat option. Guilty Gear Strive has been delayed to July. The developers said they're taking in a lot of the feedback from the beta and they want to implement some of that feedback, so it's been delayed till July.
I'm happy to hear that because I don't got time to play that shit anyway right now, and I would want to.
Last week we forgot to mention that E3, they were still planning a physical E3 event. So the physical event has been canceled, but the digital part of the event is still happening. I was confused because they were talking like E3 was still happening, but they also canceled it. I didn't understand that they still planned to do a physical event in the first place. I don't know why they planned that. I thought it was just go all digital from the get-go. So,
nah, because the real Battle League, the real Jiggy Battle League was supposed to take place at E3. You remember, the Predator, Hard 8, people were trying to meet up and have the real Battle League. I ain't trying to see this on a digital event. There were people who've been talking for 2 years. They trying to meet up and get this work. I'm trying to see that.
Yo, fuck.
I'm trying to see the real Battle League. Side Hood Booger Battle League.
That would have been lit. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, you would have been there. You would have been good, right?
Nah, I've been watching it from home.
Oh, smart man.
Mine would have had the police on speed now. Fuck that.
Watching from home. It would have turned up on Polygon or something. Toxic, misogynistic black men altercation, whatever they'd call it.
And so the Microsoft and ZeniMax deal has been approved by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. So that deal is pretty much official now. So Microsoft officially owns, ZeniMax and Bethesda now. So, woo, yay!
Yay!
All right.
The game directors of Ghost of Tsushima, Nate Fox, and the creative director Jason Connell have become permanent tourism ambassadors for the city of Tsushima in Nagasaki. The island announced this, and it's because of how good of a job they did with Ghost of Tsushima that the island wanted to make them ambassadors for. Oh, that's cool.
I didn't even know Tsushima was a real island.
Yeah, it is. It's a real
And
island. Yep.
also a couple of months ago, some fans of the game donated some money to that island so they could renovate it up a little bit. So yeah.
Is it not like a hot tourism spot right now? Not like
I don't know. I guess it was dilapidated or something. I read something about them donating money to renovate some shit over there. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's get into some the main news. Let's talk about some Last of Us Part 2. Yes. Last of Us Part 2 continues. It continues to be it continues to be a conversation, for different reasons. That's what happens when you have a very polarizing game. But all this is so Neil Druckmann spoke about why he chose to use spoilers, by the way, even though I shouldn't have to say that. The game is, I don't know, almost a year old.
You ain't got to say the whole thing though, BG. You ain't got to say the whole thing.
Come on.
You can just say the item. You can just say the item.
All right. Okay, so he told us why he decided to use a golf club to get a hole in one on this character in the game. Okay,
that's good enough.
Because it's funny because I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about the golf club, right? And I was like, there's a lot of melee weapons in The Last of Us, in The Last of Us 1 and 2. And a golf club is not one of them. So I was like, why did he decide, what's the symbolism? What's the meaning behind the golf club? And now he comes out and says, when he was 16 years old, he went golfing with a friend, and the friend accidentally hit him in the back of the head with the golf club, and he had to get 30 stitches. Yeah.
How do you accidentally hit somebody back?
He was trying to take him out. He tried to Dick Cheney over. That was crazy.
Accidentally, quote unquote.
That's how I'm saying. You don't accidentally give somebody 30 stitches.
He was trying to get that boy the fuck up out of here. That's what that was.
Might have been standing in the wrong spot, man. I don't know.
Oh no, man. But yeah, he said that's how he came up with the idea for the golf club. Now here's what's interesting. He told us the original plan, right, was that Abby was going to use a knife and pretty much stab said person in the back and leave him paralyzed. But they decided, we're gonna talk about that, right? But they decided on the golf club because they felt like a knife was a little bit more Ellie style of a weapon, and Abby is a much more brute force character, right? So they felt like something like a golf club.
But a golf club is a finesse weapon.
Not the way she used it. But that's why they decided to give her a golf club. It could have been a bat. It could have been anything.
Nah, it couldn't be a bat because you can't kill niggas with bats in that game.
Here you go. But that's why they decided to go to golf club. And he said that the original plan was for Joel to get stabbed in the back.
God damn it, BG.
I don't care no more. I don't care about these motherfuckers.
You can't help yourself, can you?
I'm not gonna lie. I think paralyzing would be better because I'll be real. I'd rather die than be paralyzed.
Really?
Put me out of my misery.
Really?
Put me out of my me out of my misery.
Really?
If I was paralyzed with the neck down, just end me.
It really depends on your support system at that point, because if you ain't got nobody to help you, you might as well shit.
But I wouldn't even want anyone having to help me do everything like that. Like, you can't do anything.
Nope. That's like my worst fear in life. I remember I got into a car accident and I flipped my car. Like, I was doing a barrel roll down the highway like freaking Star Fox Peppy. Do a barrel roll. First thing I did was my neck moves, my knees move, my body. Like,
The
Scared
knees,
as
boy.
fuck, like everything moves. Like the thought of being paralyzed is like worse than drowning to me.
I'm not picking death over being paralyzed. I'm still gonna. I'd rather be paralyzed.
And you can't do anything
It depends on your financial situation
forever,
too. Though,
just
'cause
laying
you
there. Like,
like,
what's the point of life at that
okay,
point?
but okay, how paralyzed do we talk? Because there's
We're
different
talking
like
about you can't do it. You're paralyzed. And
I mean, any type
Didn't he
of
say-
paralyzed, you fucked, yo.
Didn't he
If-
say
no,
from
if
the
it-
neck
if-
down?
that's all you can do.
see he didn't say from the neck down. He just said paralyzed. He said
Look,
he said
if you get-
he
if
said
you
he
If
said
you
he had
stab
to be
somebody in the
subject.
back-
you get
He said
stabbed
he
in
said
the
he.
back, you're paralyzed.
Yeah,
neck
it's from the
down. You're
neck down.
stabbing your spinal cord, dog.
Yeah, if it's from the back, he done.
But there's some people who are in will that can't walk, but they can still move their arms and like their
No,
upper
you
body.
gonna look like Stephen Hawking, yo. Your shit gonna be
Okay, but okay, if I can move my upper body, I'm okay with that. If I'm paralyzed from the neck down, then I might consider what y'all
you
say.
might can move your fingers.
You are
No,
a head
I
that
can't.
you are a head that can chew and eyes that can see. That
If I'm
is
a
all you
complete
are.
vegetable, like if I'm pretty much a complete vegetable, just a floating head, then yeah, I agree with you. But if I can move my arms at least, then I'm kind of okay with that.
because you can at least play video games if you can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're
So,
talking about paralyzed neck down. Like, nah, I'm good.
For me, I would pick death in either scenario. I just can't do being
Damn.
paralyzed.
I thought we were talking about Last of
I mean,
Us.
you niggas is
Yeah.
morbid.
Hey,
So here's the difference, though, BG. Somebody born like that might have a different opinion because that's the only life you've known.
Right.
But hell, if I've lived my life 35 years like this, and now I got like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to live the next 40, 50 years of my life like that.
And so here's the thing, right? So even though I'm not one of these weirdos who has an unhealthy, obsession with the character Joel, I actually might have liked that ending better. Well, not that ending, but that choice better, because that might be worse than death.
That's what
y'all
me
have
and
a
Wilco are
point.
saying.
So Joel, I actually would have liked to see Joel suffer in a wheelchair rather than him get like a few blows to the head from a golf club. I think that might have been better, right? So I can objectively say, because once again, I'm not like one of these weirdos who is obsessed with Joel and mad at how the game went. I'm okay with how the game went, but I would have chose that to see Joel suffer more, and I think that might actually have been more impactful.
You're sick. So you're saying you're not obsessed, but you wanted to see him suffer.
Exactly.
Joel got the easy way out.
I feel like it would have made more sense to use a knife in the first place. I feel like knives are a little bit more personal. I mean, you kill my father.
Yeah, exactly.
Just,
yeah, a knife is very personal. Like
you gotta
that's
get
when
closer.
What was
exactly.
the canon way he killed her dad? He just shot her, or did he stab
Shot
her?
her.
I forgot.
He just
Shot him in the face.
Well,
no, he stabbed him in the neck with a scalpel.
That's what I thought.
Yes, what it was. Right.
So that would make more
yeah.
sense to stab his ass back.
Yeah.
That actually, and I feel like, not that I care about like how these weirdos feel about the game, but I feel like people would have the backlash wouldn't have been there as much if Joel is just paralyzed, I think.
But it still wouldn't make any sense though, stabbing him in the back. I feel like it would have been for her style to slit his throat, something like that. I don't know.
Unless she literally said, "I'm not gonna kill you. I want you to suffer to the end of your days."
She ain't no surgeon. She ain't gonna.
No, she is.
Right,
I mean, she has medical training. Her father,
like that close though. Just hit. I don't know about all that. Like,
I mean, it's
right on.
I don't know, but maybe it could have been a situation where she goes to try to kill Joel. She stabs him in the back, but then like I don't know, people, some people from Jackson are coming to help them or some shit like that. So she only gets a stab in the back. They could have figured out a way to maneuver it. But I do like that alternate path. Gotta say, I actually like.
It's a lot of like different ways they said they were gonna let the game play out. I really wish we could see. I just really wish we could see how they would have done it differently. I'm cool with the way the game played out right now, but like, yeah, it's interesting. Then they was gonna have a scenario where Joel had a girlfriend. They was gonna have a scenario where Abby was a part of Jackson. She infiltrated, and then she ended up betraying him like halfway through the game. I don't know, man. I don't know. I trust what Neil and them did, man. But I kind of do want to see that.
I want a scenario where Abby dies at the end. That's what I want.
Damn.
But if you make another game, she's gonna be like the main character.
Yep.
I wish she would have died
It's gotta be
because
an Abby Ellie team up.
I was
Nah, but the way
Ellie.
she turned, hold on, the way she turned out in the end, though, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I think she's
You-
done, though.
You can
No,
call me,
no.
you can call me sick if you want, but towards the end of the game, I was actually hoping Big Nose died.
Damn.
Oh wow.
I was hoping
bro,
Ellie would have died.
Bro, when she had her hands around her neck, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. This is getting crazy because it's just nonstop violence and like you keep killing my people, I'm gonna keep killing your personal people, and I thought like, yo, I wanted Big Nose to die. I definitely
Yeah,
did.
You wanted Dina to go? Oh.
But that's the whole point of the game.
She was gonna go though.
That's the whole point of the game, though. She realized it's got to stop somewhere, right? So if I don't stop it, it ain't gonna never stop. You know
But
what I'm saying?
the thing about Dina is why she should die. She's a fucking cheater.
I mean, hey man, be like that sometimes. I guess.
I mean, see, I'm like
I don't
conflicted
respect cheaters.
with the ending. Mind you, I love the game and I understood the ending, but I felt like, okay, Abby didn't look at Joel when he had his brain fragments all over the golf club. She didn't look at him and be like, this isn't right, and walk away. So why would Ellie?
She did walk away though. She did.
After he was dead.
Okay, but this how it go though. Look at it like sports, right? Joel killed her father. That's one. She got payback. She killed her shit. It's even at that point. All right, eye for an eye. That's why she didn't kill
It
Tommy.
ain't even
Eye for
though,
an eye.
because she sought Joel out, whereas Joel didn't seek out her dad. It was self-defense. So
that wasn't self-defense.
Yeah, that wasn't self-defense.
He could have just
Joel walked in the room to get Ellie, and then her dad pulled the scalpel out.
Joel was killing everybody in that hospital.
That nigga Joel guilty as fuck.
He killed everybody.
Out on him. I feel like he had it coming. Unpopular opinion. In my eyes, that was self-defense. You pulled out a weapon on me. I wasn't even going to kill you like that. You made it.
Bro, you just mowed through the whole hospital.
You pull out a scalpel too if they came in with a gun.
My whole thing was basically, I just felt like it was such a way they could have ended the game where where Ellie and Dina and the baby were like happily ever after. I actually thought the game was going to end there. But to make her go seek out Abby again, get her finger bit off, all this crazy stuff, and then let her go.
I hope y'all played the game.
I would have felt like, okay, for me, it's like, even if I would have gotten that far and been like, man, it got to stop at some point. Once you bit my finger off, it ain't stopping here.
But
it ain't stopping here. You got to die. Like I can't go home with just one finger less and you're still alive.
We gotta point out that that nigga Joel had a flamethrower, an M16, and that nigga had a scalpel. That definitely wasn't self-defense. Like that nigga Joel was packing the heat, dog. Like that. So yeah, Joel was in the wrong.
He went through 1-1 to level 8-4 at the top of the castle. You knew what he was doing the whole time.
It's not my fault you came to the fight with only a scalpel.
But there wasn't no fight.
But Joel exactly. Joel changed his mind. That's not the doctor's fault that Joel changed his mind.
But
he didn't know. He didn't know the whole situation.
On him, they put a hit out on him. Wasn't she like, "Don't let him leave" or some crazy shit like that?
No, she was just saying, make sure he leave, like he don't interrupt the shit.
Yeah.
They was already friends.
They suspected he would do something, but they didn't think he would go crazy like that.
Yeah, she didn't want him to get murdered.
Look, I had the perfect solution. I don't know why people don't listen, but listen, I'm gonna say it again, and this will be it. Ghost of Tsushima had the perfect way to handle this. They should have just gave you the choice. That's it.
No, they
games with choices.
No. They should have given you the choice. Like the uncle, he didn't have to die.
Damn, hold on, yo, what's going on, yo?
He didn't have to die, man.
Y'all just gonna spoil everything in the game.
The game's old.
The game not even a year old.
But here's the good thing: when you give a choice like that, it's just like any other game. Like, well, what happens in the next game? They get to choose the canon ending, whether they based on which one. Whether they want to give you a good ending and a bad ending, they get to choose based on the good ending, the bad ending. Hold on, or if you have a scenario like this where people are vehemently against one ending, you always have the opt out to say, okay, well, we'll just choose this as the canon ending.
That's dumb. That's
I
dumb
feel
as
like
hell.
that. I feel
And
like
that
that
makes
only
everybody
works
happy.
if
That
you
makes
wanna
everybody
pick
No,
happy.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's first of all. Let me say this
How?
real quick. That's dumb as hell because even though they have the option, one of those endings is already predetermined to be canon.
You don't
And
know
what-
that.
Bro, look.
No.
First of all, it's gonna make
Listen, Jack. No ending is canon until the next game.
But what I'm saying is the people that pick the one that's not canon, they gonna be upset. Damn, bro, why you even give me the option? What the fuck? Like, bro, it just causes too much confusion.
No, it's your
I feel like if they
choice.
give you an option, it's either because they don't plan on that being a huge
Pivotal
part of the plot for the next game, or they don't plan on having a next game at all. I feel like there
I
doesn't need to
disagree.
be a Last of Us 3, but if there is, they want Ellie to be alive. I'm not Ellie, Abby to be alive, so they didn't give you the option to
Well,
kill her.
Okay, hold on. This is the thing about the option in The Last of Us Part 2 that a lot of people don't understand. And I didn't understand it at first. I was like, damn, I would have killed that bitch. But when I thought about it, I'm like, that wouldn't have made no fucking sense, right? Because literally, since we spoiling it, when she's about to kill this bitch, it just keep replaying in her mind what the fuck Joel just told her the night before. Well, before he passed away, right? He was like, you got to learn to let shit go. You ain't been fucking with me for like 4 years. You got to learn 2 years. You got to learn to, accept shit as it is sometimes, right? So, you know what I mean? The whole point was she finally got it. And it took her losing everything in her goddamn life, but at least she finally got it, right? It was real
And
stupid.
I get that, Jack. I completely understand that. That's why I'm not mad at the ending, because I comprehended it. But at the same time, okay, Joel said that, and yeah, that is, what it's about. But if you're gonna leave your girlfriend, leave your baby, take this long ass trip, travel all the way to a different state to kill someone, get your finger bit the fuck off, you've come this far, you need to finish it. And you need to kill Lev too, because if you leave Lev alive, he's gonna come after you later. And I love that Lev. I would have killed both of them. Had it been me, they would have both died.
That would have made Ellie, the person you've been playing with a game, and basically that would have made her look like a total piece of shit.
Who cares?
She wouldn't have learned none. It wouldn't have been no point to none of this. Like, nah, man.
You really mad about that?
There's no point. There's no point in traveling and getting your finger bit off and letting a person.
Yo, Mocha, why are you so mad about this? This finger thing has really got you mad.
I like that part of the game, though.
But wasn't it just? It was just 2 fingers, though. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Home and she couldn't even, the song her and Joel used to like. She couldn't even play it anymore because she didn't have her fingers. Like,
listen, niggas lose fingers every day. B. She be alright.
She bit your finger off like it was a hot dog, and you're gonna let her play.
She went to Santa Barbara to gain closure, and by her friend Lev and Abby, they gave her closure. You see what I'm saying? She realized it didn't actually have to come from her killing her. She was like, all right, I got closure now. You know what I mean? I know what they got going on.
You should have realized that when you were at the house with Dina and your baby, and you should have.
She got gassed up by old buddy. She got gassed up by One Eye Willie to go over there and do something.
Willie, bro.
He was like, they did all that shit to your goddamn dad. You gonna let the fuck wrong with you, girl? Then she was like, oh yeah.
Let him gas you up. Don't let your tank run on E when you got her head down in the water. You need to finish it. At that point, you need to be like,
I feel you. I was on that same type of time. I was.
All right. Okay.
When I replayed it, I'm like, all right, I feel.
Real quick, I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with why you guys are against choices. The Witcher 2, you get to a point where you can choose the Elf Lorith or you can choose Vernon Roach. Your game changes drastically. Like you have to play The Witcher 2 twice, one with Lorith and one with Roach. And even the end guy, Letho, who is the assassin of kings, you don't have to kill him at the end. So Witcher 3 starts, and then there's a whole bunch of things. Who did you choose in Witcher 2? Lorweth or Roach? Did you even kill the last guy of Witcher 2? Or is he out there in Witcher 3? Did you befriend him? Like, there's a whole bunch of other things.
But that's an RPG, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's a whole RPG.
Yeah, in that scenario, it makes sense. But in a game where you ain't really got that many decisions to make, and then at the end they just give you this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's an easier decision to make because okay, it's the very ending, and then they can gauge on where people want. They don't have to tell. The ending is ambiguous, and then the next game you find out.
I don't really like that shit.
They made Ellie look soft. Like you came home to no girl, no baby, no fingers, and
soft. She killed like 900 people that game.
Yes, that is soft to me. To lose your family.
I agree. She went out like a chump.
Dina told you if you leave, I'm out. And Ellie felt like it was worth it. You lost you lost your girl, you lost your baby, you lost your motherfucking finger, and you didn't do nothing. You came home to an empty house, and you couldn't even play the guitar anymore. She lost everything. At that point, you might as well just kill yourself.
But people like you and Jimmy are the reason she lost all of it. Because y'all would have told her to keep going.
She should have stayed home with her baby. She should have stayed home with her baby.
But she lost it anyway. That's the point.
Ellie was always soft because she chose to do the softest thing a human could do: take care of another nigga's kid. She was soft.
Okay, that's
no way in hell I'm going out there doing that, especially in the apocalypse.
Baby don't look like Dina or Ellie. That shit funny.
And you were with the dude, then you cheated on the dude with me, and you expect me to raise this kid? Fuck out of here.
She didn't.
Okay, Brian, you getting off topic.
Let's get back. Okay, right, so I mean, listen. As far as endings go, like I'm not the biggest fan of like multiple endings or alternate endings. I feel like it waters things down, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. All right. Let's move on from that. Resident Evil Village is going to be strongly censored in Japan. So, and this connects to a story a report that Sony was censoring. I forgot which Naruto game it is, but pretty much censoring
Storm 4.
Okay, it was Storm. Okay, and I believe it was the part where Minato loses his arm. Reanimated Minato doesn't have an arm, because that's the only. I would assume that
ain't that part of his character though? Ain't that a part of his actual character in the anime?
Yeah, in the story, when he gets reanimated and brought back, he doesn't have an arm. But the thing is, like, it's not bloody or gory. There's nothing in Naruto that's really bloody or gory. But this is how they handle things in Japan. Because the CERO, which is the Computer Entertainment Rating Organization, they make the standards in Japan, and they have very strict rules against dismemberment of any humans. So you can't. They don't allow any dismemberment or decapitations or any like large amounts of blood. So people were like blaming Sony and thinking Sony is like censoring Naruto, but no, that's just how CERO establishes its standards in Japan. It's not just Sony, it's against any game. They don't want to see any type of dismemberment, even if it's cartoony like Naruto.
From what I'm told, it's that Naruto did pass the CERO rating, but Sony then intervened and had them go back and censor it. That's what I've been told from the I think it was DualShockers that said that.
This isn't new news though, guys. I mean,
still Sony Japan.
Everybody's watched Dragon Ball Z, right?
Of course.
Have you watched Dragon Ball Kai and Dragon Ball Super compared to Dragon Ball Z? Special beam cannons aren't going through people with gaping holes anymore. Like, the standards in Japan have changed. And they, like, if you've ever read the Dragon Ball manga compared to the actual shows, shit be getting weird. Shit be getting wild in the manga, but that's just how Japan's censors have gone. So they're not banning it, but how do I explain? For them to go where they would want to go, it would be the equivalent of America rating a game as adult, which is financial suicide. You're not going to rate a game adult.
And here's my question: why was there no backlash towards this? I had to go like searching for this article.
I didn't hear about that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But you heard about when there's these talkings of Sony censoring things, everybody loses their mind. Like,
I'm sure people would have been mad about this.
Resident Evil is literally getting heavily censored, and nobody talked about it. What happened?
Because the PC gamers that normally complain about this stuff We're all eating up the same drive.
Which part is censored? Is it censored in the US or Japan?
Just Japan.
Oh, okay. I don't care.
No, like we said, it wasn't about the Cero or the ESRB. Like if they don't pass that, that's on them. But if Sony, Nintendo, or Microsoft further get involved and make them go back and change their game, that's when the problem occurs. They've always, the main defense has always just been let the rating system do its something and then let that be it.
Hey BG, can I ask a question real quick?
You said, up in there?
No, I just have a quick question. You said they wait, they edited out his arm being ripped off? Like
they just don't show it apparently. Like
he got both his arms in the game. He got both.
You realize that like when he comes back with the reanimation jutsu, he's like paper. He's made out of paper. He's not even human.
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm saying.
He looks like a human. They're talking about human-looking characters.
Yeah. As long as you look like a human, they don't allow any dismemberment at all to be shown.
Yes.
Damn.
That is, I'll leave, but that's just like I wanted you to know that like he didn't even have it really ripped off. Like how reanimation jutsu works on that is like if you get injured, it comes back. But wow.
But here's also the thing about Japan, and it's going to happen to America soon too. Japan now runs a social reject society. And when you have a social reject society, they look for things that make social rejects. And what makes social rejects? 9'6" women, 9'6" women with big boobs that social rejects clamor about. Don't worry, it's coming to America soon. You're already seeing it in America, as me and Smoove show you in the Twitter chats in the group. It's coming. Yeah. Get ready.
And I don't get it.
Like,
if you,
go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say if you put the appropriate rating on it, like why does it matter?
Because an adult rating game is suicide compared to an M-rated game.
No, but he said it already got a rating that was approved, and then they went back and still edited it when they ain't have to.
Well, that's Sony Japan, and that's my point. Like I get what Blandrew was saying, but once again, that's Sony Japan. Like Sony US is not censoring shit, and I don't see that happening when three of Sony's top selling games are extremely violent games. They ain't about to start censoring shit.
But wait a minute. If you compare God of War 2018 to any other God of War game, as far as gore and violence, you went from ripping motherfuckers' heads off and putting them in your ass to like you fight. He ripped Helios' head off and put it in a fucking loincloth. I don't know.
But that's also BP. But that has to do more with Cory Barlog's direction than anything. That's not because Last of Us is one of the most gory games.
No, wait though. First of all, Cory Barlog worked on every God of War except Ascension, so he know what the fuck was going on. But look,
he wasn't like the top of the studio at that time.
Bro, you poke out Poseidon's eyes in that game. If you compare it to anything in God of War, you only saw like humanoid enemies like twice. You fighting motherfuckers made out of ice, fairies, gorgons. Like you're not fighting really human enemies no more.
But that's also a different Kratos at the same time. You can argue that too.
It's a different world and everything.
But still though, man, that's the one thing I do miss about God of War, man. It's not as gruesome as it used to.
But do you think that's but my question is, do you think that's because like Sony is behind the scenes telling them, hey, make God of War less gory? Do you really think that's happening?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Hold on. Wait. How does that make sense? When literally Naughty Dog just made a game where you choke out a pregnant woman.
Listen, BG, because you got to remember, they trying to sell this game worldwide. So if they probably said, hey, listen, if you can, instead of having a human enemy right here, if you could deviate it and make a motherfucker not, like a human, like maybe an elf or some shit, yeah, go ahead and do that. It get them less work on the back end. They don't want to. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't believe that. So why is Last of Us? But why is Last of Us 2 like so violent then? Last of Us 2 is 10 times as violent as Last of Us 1. That make like Last of Us 1 like a Dr. fucking Seuss book compared to 2.
You have to remember, The Last of Us has a gore option. You can filter out all the gore in The Last of Us because they know in the UK, like when Tony played a game with us, when we be blowing his head off and all, he don't see none of that, bro. He just lay on the ground and die. Like, so they filter out the gore in that game. You don't see all that in other regions.
And BG, when it pertains to Japanese games, they do actually have to go through Sony, which is located in California, which is why a lot of them have been complaining, saying there's a lot of time differences and language barriers that they have to get through. So a lot of the times they'll just not even bother and put their games on the PC or the Nintendo Switch. So yes, the West technically is regulating what goes on in these Japanese games.
Hold on.
Gore
Okay,
needs
go
to
ahead.
be filtered out of games. I think people need to filter what they play. If it ain't for you, you don't need to be playing it. But all of this super sensitive, you can't have this in a game and all of that, I feel like it's ruining entertainment.
I don't see it.
Did my audio come through, or did I cut out?
I heard you.
I heard you. I just don't see the censorship that you're talking in the U.S. In Japan, absolutely.
Okay,
I don't see it in U.S. games. I don't see it.
A lot of people saying I'm reaching in the chat. See, y'all are uninformed, so I'm going to inform y'all. I'm going to repeat what I just said because y'all don't listen. The Last of Us literally has a gore filter, right? So if I'm playing The Last of Us with you and I cut your fucking head off, if you're in another region, you're not going to see that. You're just going to lay down like you're sleeping, right? So it may be gory to me from what I'm seeing in the US. If you play that in other regions, you don't see any of that. You don't see no blood splatter. You don't see no incisions, no holes, none of that. It look like you're playing Uncharted. You shoot a motherfucker, no bullet holes, they just fall on the ground. So trust me, what I'm saying has some credence. Y'all might not be educated on what I'm saying, but just keep paying attention. You'll
some other games have had the gore option, like to turn it off. I mean, Tony Hawk had that back on the PS4, on PS1, and PS2.
Yeah, a lot of games.
These games, Metal Gear Solid 3 was one of the more heavily censored games. I don't understand why you guys have been late to this story.
But my thing is, all I'm saying is I don't think there's some type of movement to censor these games. They think they're breadcrumbs. They think that these are breadcrumbs, that they're slowly censoring these games in the U.S. I don't see that. I think that's nonsense.
I think not with Last of Us Part 2, but God of War, yo, there was definitely some censoring.
I just think that's the direction they went in. I don't think that has to do with it being censored.
But they went in that direction for a reason, though, because of complaints. And I feel like not everything needs to be kid friendly. Or if you just can't handle it, just don't play it. Like, this is getting ridiculous.
Yep. Well, a lot of women were complaining about God of War.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, thank you, Bond. Thank you. If you don't think God of War got censored, okay, perfect example. The God of War before this, God of War Ascension. There was a trophy named Bros Before Hoes, right?
Yeah.
Adam reviewed this game and said he can't believe this game was so mean to women, and he can't. And they patched the game before it came out and changed the trophy name to Bros Before Foes. He also complained that he could not beat the last challenge before the final boss, which was very simple, by the way. He couldn't beat it. He was crying. It took him 9.5 hours to beat it. He had to call his coworker to beat it. What did they do? They patched that game a little bit after it came out to patch it. Then they patched it again to make it easier. Then they patched it again to make it easier. So if you don't think Sony Santa Monica will bend to pressure and change, they definitely will, bro. They definitely will.
Not to violence. I don't think so. I just don't think so.
I'll tell you.
They changed the name of a trophy.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with violence. Listen, Listen, if you tell me that in today's time with Me Too and You Too and Us Too and all these motherfuckers that they're changing shit because of misogyny, absolutely, but not because of violence.
All right,
they are, and I'll explain it to you this way, right? If men complain about something, nobody fucking cares. Man up, deal with it, whatever. When women and or LGBTQ people start complaining about something, they're going to change it.
Yeah. Or if it's a man that's talking about it on a woman's behalf, then they're still going to change it, because that's the case with Adam Sessler. Yes.
Look at Mass Effect. All it would take is one woman to complain about her ass. They're changing it. Look at Overwatch. What the hell was the girl with the dual pistols name?
Tracer.
Yep. All it takes is one woman to complain about something, they'll change it. If a guy complains about something, they'll be like, "Oh, stop being a loser and a social reject. It's games. It's not that important." But if you are LGBTQ or a woman, you complain about something, it is getting changed. So now these companies, you know what they're doing? They're trying to get out in front of it. You don't want your game to be complained about. So what you do is you just change this crap up so you eliminate the complaints preemptively before they can happen.
Yep.
I agree.
You have to pander to women. You have to pander to women in gaming right now, especially if it's seen as, something that's misogynistic.
You can pander to some men in this. And
I mean, Even what's happening with
the men.
Good, Bon, you know what I'm talking about.
No, like even this whole Lola
Straight
Bunny
men,
situation.
No, nah, I think it just went over your head, bro. Like, but yeah, no, I agree with the whole, pandering, like to women, but that also leads into some select men. So.
I know what you're saying, Smoove. I get what you're saying. But yeah, I don't listen, Jack. Maybe if you give me more solid proof of violence in video games and U.S. video games being censored, then sure. But I listen. I don't see
I'm just saying, okay, if God of War Ragnarok come out and I don't see more humanoid enemies getting fucked off, I'm gonna think of something about that. Because if you even if you go to the human enemies that's in God of War 2018, then nothing that bad happen to them, bro. You might have seen them twist their neck or push them off a cliff, but you didn't see no dismemberment at all. As a matter of fact, the one you could have dismembered, they turned it to ice. What?
But then there
was like 5 human enemies.
There's only there's only one company that doesn't give a damn about this, and even
bro.
Microsoft.
Wait a minute. Wait. We do gotta address this, bro. Bro, look at what happened in that game. He didn't do nothing but choke people. The human enemies didn't do shit but get choked. He used to pull niggas' heads off, pull niggas' arms, legs off, poke their eyes out, gouge them. None of that shit happened. None of it.
This brings
not a coincidence, bro.
This brings up an even better question. Was that man wrong about gatekeeping?
I don't want to talk about that.
This is what happens.
I don't want to talk about that.
This is what happens when you let these new age PC gamers come in. What do they say? When they move in, the property value goes down.
But here's the thing, Jack. Couldn't you actually make the case? The reason why Kratos isn't putting niggas' heads in their asses in 2018 is because he's actually evolved as a character. Like, he didn't even want to fight the stranger when he first came to his house. He let this nigga punch him before he like.
I understand, BG. This is the issue. When you fight a Draugr, you decapitating them, you put them in the ground, smashing their heads in. You didn't do nothing like that to no humanoid enemies in that game. You are so violent to shit that's spitting out lava. You didn't see no blood spit out like that, bro. You cut motherfuckers' wings off, pulling the wings off the back. You don't do nothing like that to no humans. Now, granted, it wasn't that many opportunities to do that to them, but every scenario where you fought a human in that game or some humans fought, you wouldn't do shit but choke them. He choked his mom out. He choked Baldur. He slapped Kratos. It was nothing like that, bro.
Listen.
I agree.
I'm not seeing it.
Even when he got bloody, he was like, I don't feel none of that. And then he healed up. And Kratos healed up. Like, what the fuck? Bro.
I don't
I agree just because I see people often joke about how in the 2018 Kratos God of War, they were saying like Kratos technically wasn't in the game. People joke about that all the time about God of War 2018. And then also I see comments that are saying like, oh, well, he had a son. He was trying to behave better in front of his kid. Okay, well, in that whole game, he was super cold to his son and called him boy and stuff like that. Do you really think Kratos is soft?
He was trying to get his son to be hard.
Bro, yeah, like I don't think Kratos is a soft person that would be like, oh, I'm not going to rip someone's arms off because my son is right here.
As a matter of fact, they got an enemy type in the game called Wolvers. You can pull a Wolver's mandible off. You can pull their whole fucking jaw off of their body.
I was about to bring that up.
But that's a wolf, right? So why you can't do that to no human enemy?
Oh, but what does it matter if you could, bro? There's 5 humans in the game, though.
But the point is, Sony is. Am I talking in Braille right now?
Jack, I was in this seat a couple months ago. Nobody wanted to hear me.
They're moving towards less violence towards humanoid enemies, and we're literally giving you examples of them doing it in a different market, and you're not seeing it.
Here's where I'm actually gonna stop you, Jack, because I knew like there was like something I was thinking of. If you actually look at the fight with Magni and Modi, this nigga Kratos literally made a lumberjack out of this nigga's sons. Like he literally put the axe. He put the axe in this nigga's forehead, bro. Like go back and look at the end of the fight.
Where did he do that? First of all, that's not dismemberment, but I don't even remember.
It's not dismemberment, but he literally cut this nigga. He cut this nigga chest open.
And then push. No, man, that's not good enough.
Bro, he chopped
compared to old Kratos, bro, that's nothing.
No, is it as bad as that? But he literally split this nigga dome in half.
Bro, He went from pulling dudes. You can see dudes' tendons in their neck coming apart and all that, bro. Come on, bro.
And you can also make the case that the previous God of War games, they were a lot more animated, right? So in that art style and in that theme, it fit better. Honestly, in this game, if he was doing shit like that, I don't know if it would like fit as well. In that theme and in that art style, it looked better in previous games.
It would have, bro. It would have, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I need more gore in this guy.
Can you pull up the super chats, by the way, Jack?
Yeah.
But listen. I need more evidence. I don't see no reason to worry.
I need more gore. Fuck the evidence. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't see no reason to worry. All right. We can do one more before the super chat break. Okay. Oh, Smoove, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. So interesting thing that you brought up on Twitter this week.
Okay.
Talk. You talked about Halo Infinite winning Game of the Year this year.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and all I said was, the way you framed it is that Halo had a good chance of winning Game of the Year because nothing else was coming out. And I'm like, has Halo fallen so bad that the only way it can win Game of the Year is when nothing else comes out?
No, because if you recall last year, one of the bets that I had to forfeit was Halo winning Game of the Year in 2020, but it got delayed. So I comfortably felt Halo Infinite would be nominated and would win Game of the Year last year, but that didn't happen because it got delayed. Now it's easy. This is an easy dub this year.
How easy we talking? Are we talking about $67 easy?
You got to finesse yourself. That's crazy.
No, Smoove, usually I'm against you making a bet, Smoove, but I feel like you so confident you have to make this bet.
Hey, I'll put a game on it, Smoove.
Go ahead, Smoove.
What we talking?
Smoove. Okay. I just want to remind you that
Game of the Year.
So $70 bet.
Don't bet. Don't do
We
it.
can do 60.
Yeah,
I want to $60 bet.
Do it. It's been a while. He got to get out of the system now.
Is Nintendo dropping anything major this year?
That's what you were afraid of.
When's the last time Nintendo dropped anything?
Smoove.
Just
Just know that this is a Jeff Keighley show, so an Xbox game's chance of winning Game of the Year is extremely.
Mute Mocha and Blandrew's mic.
You trip with that, Blandrew. You trip with that, yeah.
Blandrew just mad that he got because he thought that Retro Studios was going to release a game this century.
I'm just saying, I followed Jeff Keighley for years. I know how he moves. No way is an Xbox game winning game.
Anyways,
but if you're feeling confident, go ahead.
I would bet you a game that Halo does not win it at the Game Awards next year.
What if it wins the Game of the Year in general at any award?
Well, there's like a billion awards there. What are we gonna go by? Like all 100 awards? Like I owe you 5, you owe me 20.
All right, so Jeff Keighley's awards. I still think. Because now at this point, if it doesn't win, I'm like, what the fuck are they nominating? Because
there you go.
I don't see it.
It's something stupid like Diablo coming out.
Yeah, Biomutant, Ratchet and Clank coming out.
Last time Ratchet and Clank got nominated for GOTY.
Yeah, I'll just take the Game Awards. Smooth Halo on the Game Awards.
The Game Award, that's the recognized game, overall game.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Right.
No, it ain't.
March 7th, 2021.
No, it ain't.
PM. It's locked in.
The deal is made. It's too late, Mocha. It's done.
Wait, Smoove.
He had to get it out of the system.
I think you really should have just went back to see how well those Ratchet and Clank games reviewed. I'm not talking about 2016, but all the main ones that came before are like 90s on Metacritic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to score.
Good luck.
Is it going to win Game of the Year? I mean,
I'm not listening.
If they do that, then the media saw some true F shit though. Like
I'm actually listen. I don't, as of right now, I don't see what's coming out this year that should beat Halo Infinite. I don't know. I don't think anything. I think plenty of things could, but I don't know what should right now. Looking at like what we know, but with Microsoft, what can go wrong will go wrong. That's the problem.
Smoove just cursed that game. I'm letting you know right now.
Oh man,
that Biomutant looking fire to me.
I feel like in the movie Carrie at the end, her mom is like, "They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you." I feel like that. Don't do it.
I've been on like an internal role, so I've been like doing like some like internally, like in my head, I've been saying shit's gonna happen, and it's just been happening. Now, I haven't done that like publicly and told like, hey, you know, I bet you this was gonna happen. But like, I felt like, damn, had I did that, I would be up by like on like 4 bets right now. Like even down to the Super Bowl. Like I was like, wow, why didn't I actually do this? Like, why didn't I follow through with it? Because I said they would win every round up until the Super Bowl. Yep. So no, I'm confident, just like the Starfield bet. Like, I mean, I'm Starfield this year.
Okay.
That ain't coming out.
All right. Listen, I wish Halo Infinite the best, man. I wish.
Watch it lose.
They gonna have
little nightmares or something.
And then if
some random indie's just gonna come out of nowhere and take it.
And you know Starfield ain't coming out in 2021.
Imagine that shit lose to like Valheim or some shit.
And when it does, Bond is going to try to collect the money on his kid's birthday or something. You know how.
Look, Bond. If your mortgage is due on your kid's birthday, do you still got to pay it, Mocha?
You ain't shit.
Word. The mortgage company ain't gonna be like, "Well, we know your kid's birthday."
No, what I'm gonna do is, matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do to make it less. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna send the funds to like BG in like a bet bank, right? And he can release it. So if I say it now, I ain't gotta worry about it like later. So
this nigga putting money he gonna lose into an escrow, pretty much. This nigga, dog. Hey, Jack, you want to read them super chats?
All right, super chat break. Let me refresh and make sure I get all up. Y'all some wild boys, man. All right, let me see.
Good job.
I hate.
That's right, Kenna's coming out too this year too.
Yeah, don't be sleep on Kenna, bro.
That could be a sleeper hit.
So we got It's Your Boy 14. He said hit the like button. Appreciate you, my guy. We got Haitian Gamer HD. Hit the like button with some heart emojis. Appreciate you, my guy. Long Dong Silver. Okay. JPP. Okay. Jason Pierre Paul got more Super Bowl rings than fingers. Ellie gonna be fine.
oh man, true.
Tarek Ahmed. He said Greek myth has more humans than Norse myth. I get that, but I still like to see a little bit more, man. OBJ Jr. Kid Smoove, would you like to give Phil Spencer a back rub for $1 million after taxes?
Right? He's asking those type of
shit, I get a nigga a back rub for that much. Hold on. Let's see here. We got Masco Rain. He said, oh, this is a big boy $50 donation. God damn. He said, thanks for making my trucking job easier. When I get to listen to these podcasts while on the road, keep up the work, guys. BG, stay on Neil's ass for us on Twitter. Appreciate you, Mike.
Who sent that? A trucker?
Yeah, Masco Rain, yeah.
His last time, we had a trucker in this community. He was pulling out machetes and knives, talking about he gonna slice people's throats and shit.
Man, shout out to Gamer Nate.
Gamer Nate.
We got Nick with Snake, the true antagonist. The Last of Us 2 kills the whole argument. Sony ain't censoring nothing. It's just Japan. We shall see. Ace McClain says, go woke or go broke. Look at sports video games is on the same slope. Jack moves right. Yes, sir. OBJ Jr. to the panel. If you were stuck on a deserted island and only could play one game online between Last of Us 2 or Halo Infinite, what will it be?
Halo Infinite.
Let me get Last of Us, yo.
Last of Us doesn't even have multiplayer, does it?
I guess
not
it's
right now.
It's a hypothetical question.
Well, if the multiplayer is already out there, then yeah, Last of Us.
Absolutely. Shot Red 555. I am from Cali, BG. We got a lot of social justice warrior people in tech world here trying to control things. Don't be fooled for a second. All right. We got Sam H. Unsal. Let me see. The Naruto games that was censored 4 years ago, the future game from Dragon Ball Z wasn't censored. Neo, Resident Evil 2 and 3 are Japanese, not censored. DMC5 was self-censored by Capcom. It was removed. Okay. We got 2 more. We got Rockstar 94. Tell Blandrew to get off his Switch mic. We got Sam. We got Sam H. Unsall again. CyberConnect was the dev. Blandrew misrepresenting the facts as usual with his anti-Sony agenda. Ghost, Days Gone, and The Last of Us 2 have gore. Why overlook it? Blandrew. Guess he ain't got nothing to say. Okay.
You have an anti-Sony agenda that we don't know about, Blake?
They act like I'm the one that writ those articles, but whatever. Again, it's proven that Japanese developers have to go through Sony of America to get their games on the console now. So I guess it's just on a case-by-case basis.
Okay. All right. Moving on. So PlayStation will no longer offer movies, TV sales, and rentals, right? So those who already purchased will get to keep their content. Vanessa Lee, who is the head of video business at Sony, her job must be easy because they ain't been doing shit, says the PlayStation Store has outgrown both film and TV experiences. Meaning, translation, nobody ain't buying our shit and watching movies on PlayStation. And you listen, you had some PlayStation dudes capping on Twitter, you know, when I was talking about this. I was like, ain't nobody buys no movies to watch them from no PlayStation Store. And you had dudes argue with me. So you mean to tell me with Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Hulu, Stars, all this shit, you mean to tell me that your headassery moves to PlayStation? That's where you want to watch your movies with all these other streaming services. I'm like, yo, listen, I promise y'all don't got to defend PlayStation like that. They make good games. Y'all don't got to defend their whole movie and TV division. Ain't nobody buying that shit. Nobody supporting that shit. I promise you it's going to be okay.
Isn't it like $15 to buy a movie?
I have no idea.
Like renting is like $5 and buying it is like $15 or something, right?
Look, right. I don't blame nobody for not buying movies and TV shows off of PlayStation because it has progressively gotten worse since the PS3. If you bought a movie or TV show off PS3, you could download it and watch it at your leisure. When it went to the PS4, you could only stream it. And on top of that PS4, they you know, it's crazy because Sony, they own anime apps, they own movie studios, they make movies in 4K, all this shit, right? They make movies in 4K, they promote 4K for their system. But on PS4, you couldn't buy no movies or TV shows in 4K on a system that can output 4K. So it didn't make no fucking sense. And then on the PS5, you couldn't buy movies or TV shows at all. If you tried to buy a movie or TV show, it would just redirect you to another app. So I don't know how y'all didn't see this coming. Yeah. If you want to say whatever fucking movie, I want to see fucking Child's Play. You type in Child's Play, it's available on Amazon Video, it's available on Vudu. Get it here, get it there. So they didn't offer this on PS5.
I still got movies that I bought from the 360 on my Xbox Media app. I purchased several movies on Xbox One, like Ride Along, I think both of them, like The Last Dragon, the Bruce Leroy movie. Got a couple. Hey Arnold. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. So they didn't support it the way they should have. So I'm glad they stopped doing it. Personally,
it's just outdated.
Yeah, the way they were doing it was very outdated. I'm not paying, like Mocha said, I'm not paying over $2 for no movie that's not in 4K and it's available in 4K, dog. You trying to get me to rent a fucking movie for $5 in this blurry ass? No, fam, no, dog.
And then you can get HBO Max for $15, and they have like everything on there.
Yeah.
Speaking of apps, I saw you on Twitter talking about like Paramount. Is it
Paramount Plus? Yeah.
Paramount Plus, yeah.
Get it?
Oh Lord, now that.
No, I ain't got it yet because they rebranded. Well, it was CBS All Access at first, but they rebranded it and they added a lot of their old like TV because Paramount own a lot of shit. Like they own like Nickelodeon, VH1, MTV, Comedy Central. They own all that shit, right? So
had it not been for them, Paramount Plus not existing, the Coming to America wouldn't have been on like Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, that was a Paramount movie at first.
Speaking of that movie, was the second one any good? Does anybody know?
I haven't watched it yet.
I'll just say it's obviously not better. The first or is as good.
People said it was okay. That's what I saw on my timeline. They said, it's okay.
I'm seeing mixed reactions.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Sony killing that off. All right, so okay.
Let's talk about this 4K Switch.
I was about to go there. Kind of want to go to. We'll do this PC thing after. So the 4K Switch Pro rumor. So Bloomberg reports the new model of this rumored Switch will have a larger Samsung OLED touchscreen for use in handheld and tabletop mode. The screen will be 7 inches and capable of 720p resolution when undocked. Just for reference, the current Switch is 6.2 inches, and the Switch Lite is 5.5 inch screen. Production will start in June and go to assemblers in July. It's 4K capable when docked and connected to a TV. Nintendo has declined to comment, so they won't confirm this. And there's rumors that the Switch Pro, whatever it's actually named, will have exclusive games. I don't really believe that. And
I do.
And if you didn't know, there's actually a lot of Nintendo Switch games that are sub 720p. Sub. I think like what's that Chronicles? What's that game y'all like?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Xenoblade Chronicles. Doesn't that run at like 400p or some shit? I think
it runs
pretty
that unplayable to me.
Wait. You said it's only 4K when docked?
Yep.
Yeah. This is not
720p in handheld mode.
But the Nintendo Switch is supposed to be a mostly portable console.
Yeah.
So that
but
really...
on its own, the handheld ain't gonna be able to output that. So
you know what that makes
it for the convenience of it being handheld.
I mean, you got cell phone screens smaller that can do 4K.
I mean, yeah, like if it's not gonna be 4K when it's handheld, what's the point? Like if I want to play on my TV, I'm gonna play a console like a PlayStation.
Well, the thing is, like when it's handheld, the pixel density, even if it's like at 1080p, because the screen is so small, the pixel density allows it to still look pretty crispy and clear. I get what you're saying, but you don't really need 4K on a 7-inch screen that much.
1080p would have been nice.
Yeah,
here's what I think is going on though. If it's 720p in handheld mode and 4K on the dock has got to have hardware in it.
Yeah,
the dock has to have some form of hardware on it because that would just be a waste to me. I mean, yeah, when you dock it, it's a little bit more powerful, but it's still the same thing. So to me, the dock has to have some kind of hardware component of it.
Listen, I'm actually excited about this because there's some games that on like I don't play my Switch undocked. I actually never have. I don't know what a game even looks like on that screen by itself. I always play on the TV because I don't like playing games on small screens. And one thing that bothers me that has stopped me from playing certain games on the Switch, even some of their exclusives, is I know it's gonna look really bad on my 65-inch 4K TV. And sometimes I don't even bother like turning that shit on because I'm like, yo, this is gonna look bad. So this is obviously for people like me, enthusiasts who care about this. I would assume most people who play the Switch in handheld mode, they don't really care about no resolution. Most of them, they don't give a fuck. So it's for like the enthusiasts and the graphic whores. I'm excited.
I mean, I feel like it depends because I love the for it being portable. Like I like to be able to lay on the couch and like play it. Like I love being able to do that. And then like Nintendo games, you really can't find them anywhere else. I guess even though you're still playing it on TV, you're still only getting a Nintendo game. But I feel like it should be 4K on them both. But maybe one day.
My thing is, what Nintendo game is pushing graphics anyway for an upgrade?
Well, the upgrade is mainly for third party. Let's be real.
That's what I was thinking. So they could compete now.
Especially when you have new PS5 and the new Xbox. Yeah, you gotta have better hardware.
I forgot they got like Doom on that thing. If they get that work looking like reasonable, yeah.
And the wall looked pretty good.
And if they can just make their first party games look a little bit better on a big TV, then that's cool. It don't gotta like be this huge jump, but just clean it up a little bit, the image quality and all that, and makes it more playable for me.
Can we just get anti-aliasing from Nintendo?
that's really what it is. Like you seeing all these jagged edges on these characters on a 4K screen. Like that's really what it is. It's really the jagged edges and shit like that.
You know what would make this new Switch amazing? Because it runs off of an NVIDIA chipset. If the thing had DLSS.
I heard somebody say
that's what they're saying it's supposed to have too.
But DLSS isn't important. Nothing PC has is important until You get it in the handheld ghettos, or the, like Mocha said, it's a lonely at the top, at the bottom.
And I saw some PlayStation dudes a little bit salty, talking about the Vita had an OLED screen back in 2011, and whatever the fuck that piece of shit came out. Nobody cares. Shut up. The Vita was trash. Give it up. Let go.
Wait a minute.
Trash.
Wasn't the Vita was huge in Japan, right?
Yep. Sold more than the Wii U.
Right. So, I mean, I wouldn't call it trash.
The bar's low. The bar's low. Listen,
Yeah,
come on. Listen, don't mind me. I think all handhelds are trash. So
the problem with the Vita was this: the proprietary memory card killed it.
That, and they were just trying to make too many like PS3 games for it. I mean, make some mobile games for it. That's all it was.
No, because Nintendo ain't making mobile games, but now y'all love it. See, that's the funny thing about the Switch. Y'all hated the Vita talk about who wants to play console games on the go. If you want to play a console game, play it on a console. You need handheld games like Nintendo on the 3DS. And now the Switch, the whole thing switched up is, but we want to play console games on the go. But
where's the 3DS now, though?
It's replaced.
Exactly, but I mean, but at the time with the Vita, you had the PS3 and the Vita at the same time. It was like you can go ahead and just play PS3 games on your PS3. Like I just felt like it was just they were just like matching every game that came out on the PS3, like Killzone and Uncharted. I didn't want to play Uncharted on the Vita.
Yeah, those are like graphical showcases. That's not stuff you want to play on a handheld. Anyway.
I wouldn't try to play that shit. You had to use the back of the damn Vita. That shit was horrible. I know you had like games that you had to use R2 on. Like it just didn't make sense to me. I don't know.
Well, that's my point. People will switch it up. The problem is the PSP sold 80+ million. Literally, the memory you having to buy an expensive handheld and then spend another third of the console price on a memory card killed that shit.
Yeah, that too, man. Yeah, that's why I hacked my shit.
They was trying to cut down on hacking. I believe
that shit didn't work.
That's the only reason people really like the Vita is because they can play Nintendo games and other stuff.
Yeah, that's the reason the PSP sold it much because of hacking, and they tried to stop the hacking, and it fucked them over because they charged too much for their memory cards.
Yep.
I had proprietary. I loved it.
So it's kind of a two-way thing if you think about it.
It was a catch-22. They fucked themselves.
Killing games that wouldn't turn out the way it did.
And it's like I feel like it has to be a headache for them because you're not about to obviously like these first-party studios who make PlayStation 5 games or whatever PlayStation 4 games at the time. Like you're not about to have them making handheld peasantry games to take away their focus from the console. So you always got to get like third-party devs to work on your IP, and I just don't really feel like the return on investment is usually there.
I disagree with that. That's where studios like Sony Japan would have really shined at if something like the Vita would have taken off.
Like what game like
Gravity Rush type games would have been perfect for that thing.
Like okay, what game, what Sony IP on a handheld is just selling gangbusters? Like a Animal Planet. I said Animal Planet. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing or any of these shits that sell like or Pokemon. There's no Sony IP that's selling like better on handheld than it is on the console. Like,
no, I'm saying
what plays better on a handheld?
RPGs.
Does it really?
I
mean, for PlayStation, I get for Nintendo, but do RPGs sell better on a PlayStation handheld?
Didn't Persona 4 Golden sold more on the Vita than it did on the PS2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Sold more probably on the Vita than it did on the PC.
I think it did that too.
So, not many. But I hope they never make another handheld, and all you handheld lovers, PlayStation fans, I hope y'all keep crying.
Here's the problem. You axe the handheld of Sony, and guess what happened, BG? No Sony handheld, no Sony Japanese games.
Yeah.
I don't think
Goodbye, all Sony Japanese studios.
I don't think they'll ever give them handhelds completely. Too many people love them. Too many people prefer it.
That makes so much sense.
Happening.
It does make sense, Smoove.
All this shit correlate, man. At the end of the day, Bond is right.
No handheld, no Japanese studios.
Look at Sony Japan. Look what happened to them. They restructured. They ain't gonna make no more new IPs. Shit ain't no more
Mm-hmm. And Gravity Rush, Freedom Wars, Loco Roco, Patapon, those are all pretty successful on the PSP.
PSP and Vita games, exactly.
Mainly a whole bunch of shit I wasn't playing, so I don't really care.
And I think they actually did worse when they came to the console, like Gravity Rush 2.
Of course.
And Gravity Rush Remastered.
All Falcom's games. Cold Steel, Ease, Legend of Heroes, whatever you want to call them. They were all doing better on the Vita and the PSP over the PS3 and the PS4.
Which is weird why they prioritized the PS4 over the Switch, but whatever.
Because the PS4 has a larger user base and people in America are buying it.
All right.
And we also, I don't know what contracts they already had in place, Blandrew, but now they're coming on the Switch.
I know, like half a year later, but whatever.
They're coming to PC half a year later too.
Speaking of Nintendo, so Phil Spencer made a comment on the N64 controller. I believe it's for this documentary that's coming out, and he wasn't bashing Nintendo or anything, but he said that he never understood the design of the N64 controller, right? And I'm like, do enough people accept? Is it largely accepted that the design made no sense? Is that it's a stupid design? Do we all accept that?
It's a trash controller. That's why I never use the OG N64 controller. I always use Superpad 64 controllers. Google a Superpad 64 and tell me that that's not a better controller.
I honestly never had a problem with the Nintendo 64 controller.
Oh, you
outside
reaching.
outside of like twirling it on Mario Party or something where you would get those blisters, I never had a problem playing games with it.
I feel like everybody held it in a way that worked for them, and we really didn't realize. Well, I did.
You really had no choice.
It really didn't look crazy until like years later when you're looking back on it. And you're looking at it like, what the fuck was going on with that controller? But I mean, at the time, it worked for me.
That shit looked crazy. You Google Superpad 64, BG?
Yeah, it's that would have been way better for me at the time. And I do think like later on in the N64's lifetime, you didn't need to use the
D-pad at all.
Yeah. So I guess that made it a little bit easier, but still the design overall was just dumb.
If you were to literally saw off the left part of the controller, the D-pad and the L button, it wouldn't have affected the controller for like 99% of the games.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of that used it was Kirby 64.
Yep. And Killer Instinct. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I forget how I even was using the controller, honestly. I've only managed to do, honestly, wrestling games. I only managed to do wrestling games and GOTY. Every other game I thought was difficult to play with.
Did most people just hold the middle of that joint when they was playing?
I held the right.
I did. That's why I didn't have a problem
I
with
held
it.
like the right in the middle. I don't think I ever hit like touch
the
left side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nobody touched the left side.
Nope.
And I think because like we were kids at the time, like it was easier for us to adapt and just accept the way this dumbass controller was. But I think if I had to use that now, as an adult, I would be like, nah, get the shit up out of here.
Y'all accepted that trash. I didn't accept. I never accept trash. I find a way around trash.
I mean, I was a kid though. I was only like 7. Like 7 or 8. I wasn't like, oh, this is trash. I can't accept it. So.
Okay. All right.
You could have said that.
Wow.
So, moving on. Got some PC dudes upset this past week. So I believe it was Reset Era tweeted out this question: why is Steam having viral successful games like Phasmophobia, Valheim regularly out of nowhere without the use of Game Pass or PlayStation Plus? Like, why do these games go viral on PC without the use of those things? It happens all the time. A game you've never heard of, it sells 5 million on Steam, and it's the most popular thing on streaming on Twitch, right? And the argument became, well, are PC gamers more open-minded when it comes to playing different games? And I had to put in my 2 cents, And I said, or do they just have lower standards and they'll play damn near fucking anything, right? And I think it's that. I think it's the latter, and the fact that Twitch causes live streamers to follow trends of whatever game starts to get a little traction. So even if people don't really like the game, oh, it's popping on Twitch, I'm going to buy the game, I'm going to live stream it. But I definitely do think like PC gamers just damn near will play anything.
I agree and disagree. What was that last part you said? That they have low standards?
Yeah, they have low standards and they'll play anything. And
I disagree.
I disagree. No one has lower standards than Xbox players.
That's where
we're not doing that.
That's horrible.
So I disagree with that part, but I agree with the streamers setting trends.
Yep.
So
because every streamer on PC has the most popular streamers. And every PC gamer wants to be the new person to find the next hidden gem, the next Fall Guys, the next Among Us or whatever. But when it comes to the lowest standards, yes, Xbox gamers are the worst. But the problem is PC gamers like to act like they just go out and find these hidden gems. No, they just play follow the leader with the streamers. That's all they do. They see, oh, this guy's playing this game. This game is popping. Now I want to play. Just play follow the leader.
And they're not the most open-minded either. They bash anything that has a PlayStation logo on it. So there's that.
Oh, you noticed that. Crazy.
Talking about, oh, you guys play cover shooters. Like, nigga, every shooting game you've ever played has cover. What do you guys do? Just sit out there in the Wild West like, hey, come meet me in the center of the map and let's draw. Every game, whether it has a dedicated cover button or not, utilizes cover.
Yep. Whether you hard attached to it or you just crouch behind it.
People act like they do, let me just stand out in the middle of the open and reload and shoot. Like, no, get behind cover.
Yeah, they try to use that as like a derogatory term. Like,
yeah, like, have a third person, shooting cinematic game is now it's now a negative thing. It's almost like a curse word out here. It has a negative connotation attached to it. I'm like, these are like, these are critically acclaimed high quality games and beloved by its fans, but for some reason it gets slandered. Like, oh God forbid, like they made good games. That why are this is like when people slander J. Cole for making good music. I don't get it. It's the same thing. Like,
well, back when I don't know about all that.
But even if you watch like professional Counter-Strike plays, these dudes are always hugging walls, always near cover, always shooting between door paths, always shooting between archways. They're literally taking shots where 80% of their body is not exposed. Utilizing common sense things like cover. But apparently, if a game has dedicated cover, that's a bad thing.
So weird. Like this is not something anybody would have slandered like 10 years ago. Oh, look at this cinematic third-person adventure game. Like, what? How did this become bad? Smoove, do you have any reply to what Mocha said about Xbox gamers having low standards? No, nothing.
Damn.
Smoove. You just gonna accept that?
Wait, Smoove, are you still there?
Weird ass game today. What was he playing?
Yeah, because I wanted to dive into that little stomping on spider simulator and that werewolf game that he's been playing.
He was playing a game. This shit looked like it was an N64 game called Kill It With Fire, where spiders come out and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, I don't know where the fuck you found that from. That joint.
We've just found the weirdest shit ever.
And like PC dudes, started to attack me and say like, oh, y'all just don't like anything if it doesn't have like AAA budget and a AAA, the AAA graphics, and it's not over the shoulder and it's not a cover shooter and all. I'm like, if I play plenty of games that ain't like that for one. But you know what I don't get, right? So Outriders, this is another story that I'm like connecting to this, right? So Outriders beta came out like a week or two ago, right? And there was this part of the game that kind of went viral on Twitter because the dude was playing the game and he had to jump over like a little chasm, right? He had to make this jump, and for some reason, to make this simple jump to go from like this part to the next part, which is like a 2-foot jump or some shit, the game faded to black and a cutscene initiated. Now you could assume that this is to just load the assets on the other side, but it didn't seem like a scenario where the game would have to load assets on the other side. They you know. So people were like, yo, why is this game fading to black and like a cutscene is initiating just for a simple jump and they gave you back control on the other side, right? And my thing is like, why do I get shamed because my standards for gaming is high because of the games I play? But motherfuckers is now complaining about a screen fading to black and a cutscene initiating. But when just 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been a conversation. That would have been accepted in gaming. But because you've gotten new games that literally have no loading screens, or at least no visible loading screens, now when y'all see something fade to black, or y'all see like this cutscene initiate, y'all like, yo, what is this dog shit? Like, why is this fading to black? Why are there loading screens? But so y'all can have y'all standards raised and be bothered by that, but my standards being raised is a bad thing. Like, I don't get that. Do y'all not realize y'all doing the same thing I'm doing?
These are the same guys that talk about how gaming on a console is low standards, that you play on welfare resolutions and frame rates, and yet they play in these freaking isometric games on a 3080.
That what I'm like, bro. That's what I was finna say. Like, why are y'all even humoring these dudes? These also the same people that say, call me when you get 60 frames, call me when you get this, and then they'll go and buy a Switch and play a game at 12 frames per second and say it's whimsical. Like, nigga, shut your dumb ass. Like,
whimsical.
No.
Dudes, man. Or they'll say all Sony games ass, but when they come to PlayStation, they start twerking. Like, come on, man. Either you like the
PC.
game.
Me PC.
Yeah, PC. Either you like the game or you don't like the game, man. Which one is it? You got it on your wish list, but it was trash last. What happened?
They hate cutscenes, and then they'll watch a whole play a whole Kojima game.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's a good point, because Alex is talking about these third-person cinematic games. I'm like, Alex, you like Metal Gear Solid 5, where you literally crawled across the desert, you drug your dick across a desert for 50 hours, crawling across the sand, and yet you complaining about cutscenes. Now you complain about cutscenes, but you're so happy about Death Stranding, where you're a pregnant male carrying around a baby in a fish tank.
Yeah, no.
It's so weird because they hate all this filmic and all these cinematic, PlayStation games. But you know who a lot of these PlayStation like developers idolize? Kojima. Who did they get their design from? Kojima. But y'all love this guy. I don't get it. How are y'all mad at PlayStation for taking a design of a nigga y'all love?
Kojima does it more egregious too. That's the thing. Like, if you ask them what their favorite part of Metal Gear Solid 3 is, just climbing the ladder or something. I saw somebody climbing a ladder in Death Stranding that was like a mile long, but they'll trash God of War, The Last of Us for doing the same thing.
Kojima was definitely a trendsetter with a lot of these games, bro. Like MGS1 was like the first game I played that was like cinematic, story based, like, and it was amazing. So he definitely influenced a lot of these games coming out.
It's trash,
and they love Kojima.
MGS1 was heat, dog.
Kojima literally created. Kojima created what y'all hate so much.
The code of Kojima. They hating what they like, and they don't even know it.
Exactly, man. Like, hey Jack, I'm gonna need you to ask Alex about that on PSP. Ask him why he hates these Sony cinematic games, but he loves Kojima, who practically pioneered the damn style. Ask him about that.
He gonna find a way to get out.
You know what it is, though. You know what? Here's what it is. Thankfully, I've never experienced this, but it's like when you're dating somebody, you probably fall real hard for them. But then, when you move on, like, oh, that bitch ain't shit. That nigga ain't shit. But, that's exactly what, and the next person you date is exactly the same person. Like, I thought you didn't like that, but you dating the same thing. You mad he or she just moved on or ain't available to you anymore.
Yep. That might be it.
If these games because notice how these games come into PlayStation. Now you notice, they're coming to PC. Now you notice nobody's talking bad on Horizon or Days Gone. Nobody's talking bad about those games anymore. they waiting and they hyped for the whole slate.
Why you said it like that? That shit sounded crazy. Oh
Just
god.
saying.
Shout out to PC gamers. I hate you motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I do not like the new generation of PC game. I mean, I've been straight up front with it. I think they're frauds. I think they are not even comparable. Like, PC gamers used to be about a particular set of game. Now it's just about a bunch of people like, oh my god, anime titties. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
It's funny, like going back to the censorship topic. The dude, somebody on Twitter said one of the reasons that nobody was upset about Resident Evil Village being censored is because they're only censoring adults. These niggas only get mad when you censor children.
Wow.
Like, yo, he's got a point. You censor these motherfuckers that look like little girls. Everybody, all these weirdos on Twitter is up in arms. That you censor an adult, nobody cares.
Wow.
You're 100% right, because this one guy was coming at me like, oh, you're that one guy that calls it rhymes with ghetto. We'll just use that word, but it starts with the P. He says, you call people that play anime games ghetto. I'm like, are you dumb? I play anime games. I play Cold Steel. I play Chrono Trigger. I play I have more anime games than you would ever even hope to dream of. I call people that try to sexualize children's games like Roblox and Animal Crossings ghetto. I call people that literally fantasize about opening gallons of milk and pouring it on the underage depictions of animated girls ghetto. Like, it's a completely different thing.
And BG, people did have a problem with that whole alleged censorship with Trish and Devil May Cry 5 with the whole lighting thing.
Oh yeah, they did have problems.
Yeah, that little lens flare or whatever it was.
They mad about Lola Bunny too.
Yep.
Oh my god. The virginity is at an all-time high. Niggas mad about a fucking rabbit.
I remember when somebody was talking to BG, like, you can't even see her vagina bones anymore. I'm like, wait, what? I was like,
vagina bones. I remember that. You virgins need to go outside, bro. It's bad.
I was like, wait, vagina bones?
You said vagina bones. You mean her pelvis? Smoove, you there? Don't let this nigga took a lunch break?
Taking the Sunday off, huh?
You get penalized, remember?
Shit, that's crazy.
Okay. Avengers, Marvel Avengers. So a game that's already dead is making grinding and leveling up even harder. So it says, so to reduce the amount of progress players can make quickly, the XP needed to advance in levels later in the game is being increased, starting at character level 25. To conclude this post, the developer recommends that anyone who has a character that isn't already level 50 to level them up quickly before the change takes effect. Of course, this means that players starting fresh on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X will be forced into the newer, slower leveling system. So nobody's playing Avengers already. It's already a dead game, and they're making grinding even harder.
Jimmy, what you think about this, Jimmy? Because you're the only person I know who plays that trash.
Yeah, I know. I kind of understand why they did it, but
why would you understand how? Why though?
I'll explain it. It's a bad reason, of course, but the reason that they did it is because there's not enough content in the game, so you kind of run through it. And the reason that they're going to need to do that is because people run through the game so fast, you have to just keep repeating the same thing more. That's the bad thing, but they're doing that because you can level up kind of not that hard if you know what you're doing. So now they just want to make the grind a little bit longer until they, I guess, add more content. That's the wrong thing to be doing, but think about it. The game has like 5 mission types. So you play these 5 mission types about 15 times and you hit a couple of levels. Now you'll have to do it 30 times. So I get what they did, but that's such a bad outlook because to me it's like, yeah, you're going to turn more people away. If you want to get new people to play the game, that's just going to turn them away more. So it's a bad idea in my opinion.
They shouldn't even have announced that though. Because like, it's losing players, it's lost $60 some odd million. Why before you launch your next gen version say, hey, we finna make this shit harder. So if you want to level up, do this shit right now. Like, what the that I don't know, bro. That was dumb as hell.
These type of games are just trash in general. Like, but
absolutely.
Jimmy keep playing all of them for some reason.
I mean, it's a superhero game. I mean, it's no secret that I like those type of games.
No, I'm talking about Destiny, Division.
Destiny's the only one I don't play. That's like the only one I don't play.
You went to all of these. What are they called?
I love
looter shooters.
Look, if anything, I think the positive thing about this is there's been a lot of games as a service games that have failed, right? Besides Destiny, The Division, and I'm missing one. That like what other one is successful? Is that it?
Siege is
not Anthem.
Siege is successful, and
yeah, you can say so. So I think it's gonna turn away a lot of the developers from actually doing this games as a service because like most of them aren't doing well. Most of them are failing. It's only like 2 or 3 that are succeeding. Yo, y'all. So
98% of games as a service have failed. And it's funny because those are supposed to be long-standing games, but they die quickly, and people are still making. Bro, as long as there's one successful games as a service, they gonna keep doing it, bro. It's bad, bro.
Outriders is probably gonna fail, so
of course
they're gonna stop it eventually.
Phil Spencer literally came out like 2 years ago and said our focus is making games as a service, like long term. Like that's the whole Xbox strategy right now. You already see it. Sea of Thieves. What's the other shit? Grounded. State of Decay. Like, bro, it's not gonna.
Yeah, but they do that because it keeps the game longer. That's all. That's
well,
about.
The goal of it is good in premise, but the actual execution of it hasn't been fully realized yet, in my opinion. Besides a couple of games, which I wouldn't even play those games even if you paid me to. So I don't know, man. It's not.
Don't let them know that because they might pay you to play them.
Hey man, it ain't gonna be a good experience, dog.
Somebody said that Outriders isn't a game as a service. It's a looter.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
It's like an MMO, right?
Yeah, technically it's not. I mean, but
like a fake one or some shit like that.
Yeah, it kind of is and kind of ain't though because they keep it a lot about doing the games as a service model to it.
I don't like these games because here's the funny thing: you had console gamers make fun of World of Warcraft forever, and yet these games, these looter shooters, are nothing but World of Warcraft but with guns.
That's true, and to an extent.
Yeah, you can look at it like that, yeah.
Which is
World of Warcraft has a more consistent fan. Like World of Warcraft is still played. Like how long has that game been alive? Like
it's definitely been around since before I was in. Let me look this shit up.
And it still has a loyal fan base, right?
At least 11, 12 years old, right?
This shit was out in 2004, right? When I was out of high school, freshman year of college.
Oh, there you go.
Still playing it, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Blizzard's doing something right, but I heard there has been some Activision Blizzard is not the same company anymore. Or I should say Blizzard's not.
Definitely not.
Blizzard is not the same company anymore because of Activision.
Okay, moving on. So Epic Games has bought Tonic Games Group, which is the parent company that owns Fall Guys, Mediatonic. So this is an interesting purchase because I feel like they bought this just strictly off the clout of Fall Guys because so if you don't know, Mediatonic has made nothing but like web browser games from like 2005 to 2014. They were literally like making Flash games and just games, on web browsers, right? And then from 2014, they made games like Hateful Boyfriend, Murder by Numbers, Fable Fortune, shit you've never played, shit you've never heard of. And then they made the game that was the absolute hit, which is Fall Guys. And I'm like, so did y'all? Why did they purchase them? Was it strictly off of Fall Guys? Because I can't imagine you purchased them off anything else.
Before we go into why they purchased them, Jack, how mad was Alex and the rest of the PC inferior? I call them the PC slave race because they're not masters. I'm quoting that right now. How upset was the PC slave race about that?
I saw a little bit out. I ain't see too much, but yeah, they was kind of salty about it. You know they don't fuck with Epic like that.
But if Valve would have bought them, they get the
Oh,
backing
yeah,
of
great
Valve. Valve
Yeah.
will make sure that their game is going to be supported for years and years to come, even though Valve shut down a game over the weekend.
Oh shit, did they? Oh shit.
Yeah, a game nobody ever heard of. Their children's card game.
Well, man.
So I thought it was an interesting purchase. I mean, I don't really.
I think it's a genius purchase. Like you
Really
said,
wild.
small. But first of all, Mediatonic, they didn't have that many employees from what I saw. Like as far as devs go, so I'm sure it was a small buy-in. They don't have that many IPs, like you said. The only game I heard of that you mentioned was like Hatful Boyfriend. I've heard of that before, but small buy-in, and I'm sure the revenue that Fall Guys makes, especially since it's coming to it's coming to every platform. So the revenue that it brings in by way of microtransactions and the game costing $20 to get it, yeah, very smart in my opinion. I think that, and then like Bond said, they can fund the game and make it better. So shit, I'm with it.
I just don't know. Like, okay, after Fall Guys, dies out. Like,
I mean, but look though, they bought Psyonix. What the fuck was Psyonix known for before Rocket League?
No, Psyonix made a few
Holy
multiplayer
shit.
games.
So hold up, they got Rocket League, Fall Guys, and they have Fortnite.
Yeah, man. You see, they got a plan, and that shit looks beautiful to me. Shit.
Psyonix, I think they co-developed.
They made
Bullet
Battle
Storm.
Rocket Car, some dumb shit. Like, come on, man.
They are monopolizing the top streaming games.
That's what it
Yeah,
sounds
the
like.
top streaming multiplayer games it's a brilliant idea if you ask me.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, shit, shouldn't Sony be doing that? Sony don't got no multiplayer games.
Man, I don't.
They should.
They should be buying some studios that can do some hot multiplayer games, but I don't know what they doing, man.
And the problem with Sony right now is, they shouldn't be closing their Japanese studios, especially after something like Genshin Impact was such a huge hit. Sony need to be putting their Japanese studios to try to find the next Genshin Impact or something.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, man. And Sony got that China Hero project thing going on, right?
So they investing in China, but they gave up in Japan. Makes sense.
You know how they go. They haven't released any games from the China Hero project yet either.
Here's a bigger problem with Sony. Who's the current CEO or head guy right now?
GM Lion Ryan.
Is he the first? Is he the first white guy in that position?
No.
No, I mean, wasn't
they
like the third or the fourth?
Jack Trin.
I feel like white guys have always been. Japanese dudes have always been the head of everything.
Oh, you mean the overall head of Sony? No, it's still
yes.
it's still a Japanese dude over there. I don't know who it is though.
America, the American side, they always had a American dude, much I believe.
I mean, honestly, the best Sony can be is the optimal Xbox right now, because what Sony is right now is what Xbox could be at its absolute best without Japanese support.
No, I disagree.
How?
Because Xbox has multiplayer games, so if they get into Sony's level with single player games, then no, it's better. So,
but it'd be the same difference if Sony made multiplayer games. That's what I'm saying. At the max, this is what they would be. And when's the last time Microsoft even made a good multiplayer game, Smoove?
Are you kidding me? Gears of War is still alive. Sea of Thieves only.
Okay.
Sea of Thieves is the last newest one.
When did Gears of War came out on the 360? When's the last time they made a good multiplayer game?
But the thing, I can't help that all their multiplayer games are still living.
Sea of Thieves.
And here's another good thing. Microsoft didn't even make Gears of War, Smoove.
So a Sea of Thieves is your answer then, right?
No, actually, that's not true.
Sea of Thieves ain't even good.
Technically, the team over at the Coalition was the Gears team that worked for Epic anyway. Just because not the entire studio, but the people that were familiar with Gears.
But he's saying Epic was not owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, but the dev team now works for Coalition. Cliffy and Rob Ferguson, who just recently left. But
let me put this into words you can understand. If I asked Blandrew, when was the last time Nintendo made a good game, and this dude said Super Mario, I'd be like, well, damn, that's all they're freaking making?
Well, Gears of War there's Gears of War. There's new games like every 2 to 3 years. Sea of Thieves is the last game that released, which is also still alive. I mean, that's subjective. You can't. I mean, it keeps growing by millions every year.
You want to know how I know it's not a good game, Smoove?
Why?
Because it only got popular when the PC slave race got a hold of it.
They got a hold of it the same day the Xbox got.
No, not on Steam. That game did not
gaining numbers before it even got to Steam. What are you talking about, dude?
That game did not pick up until the slave race got it on Steam.
Yeah,
and like BG said, they looking for the next popular game to stream.
I do recall Sea of Thieves landing at like number 2.
Sea of Thieves was in and out. He's right. Smoove is right about that. It was in and out.
No, but when it got to Steam, it was ranking in the top 10, top 3.
It stayed up there, but it was in and out before that. It wasn't just at the bottom. And
no, but we were hitting the cracking is lacking. Like
yeah.
Until that game hit Steve, that game was the laughing stock.
That's true, but some people still say that though. Even though it's PC, it's big on streaming and it's big with PC.
Crackdown still going.
It wasn't doing as bad as people expected.
Crackdown.
Oh man, I don't know about that one.
Hey man, I don't care who made it. The fact is, even with like their multiplayer games being kind of mid, like Sea of Thieves, they still doing better than Sony.
State of the Irregular, bleeding ass.
Better than Sony. It's still better than Predator. And
Sony didn't even care.
God,
the last 2
it's
years.
better than Predator, bro. Like and Destruction all ass. So.
But what I see, I see what
Destruction all ass. Wow.
But what they do with like PlayStation, I see like they always get those time exclusives with those like multiplayer games, and then by the time like they go to Xbox or something, they
nobody cares.
It's like Rocket League, and wasn't Fall Guys was like a time exclusive with it? I don't even know. Is it even on Xbox yet?
It's coming this summer. I think.
Okay. But ain't nobody gonna play it. Like, it's about already. It's about done. It's about done. So I mean, I see what Sony does with that.
It's a Destruction all.
He ain't wrong. That shit definitely, bro. That joint died in like a week, bro. It was crazy.
These multiplayer games, everybody wants to try to create the next big multiplayer game. That shit dead in a month. Talking about who was that? Cole Eastwood saying, "Oh, while you guys are done God of War, I'm gonna be playing crack ass and crackhead for years and years to come. Get the hell out of here." Nobody's playing crackhead. Nobody's playing bleeding ass. Nobody's playing state of the irregulars.
No, cut it out.
K's actually have like actually a decent sized community and is constantly getting regular updates and content updates. So
constantly,
if I were to mention like any of these games that anybody I know in the real, they'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah. They playing fucking them dyke games down on PlayStation. They don't know.
What? What is that?
No, these are actually Xbox gamers, Smoove.
A new genre.
New genre right there.
They wouldn't know what these games. Like sometimes I'll test like the group chat. Me and my boy is like sometimes I'll test like, "Yo, what y'all playing on Xbox right now?" And for like the last 5 years, it's been Destiny.
They could have locked down Destiny as well.
They could have. But Microsoft was dumb as hell. Destiny could have been a Microsoft exclusive.
Well, I mean, why take Destiny when you got Elder Scrolls and Fallout?
You could
and Doom.
Because here's the thing, Smoove.
Talk Smoove.
I'm just saying. It's
you didn't get that until later. That's why.
Hey, that ain't gonna matter in about 3 years, dog.
And in the meantime, you suffered.
Hey, it was worth it.
They still suffering now. They ain't got no first party.
Hold on. What do you mean suffering was? Oh my god, this man.
They still ain't got no. Anyway, yeah.
We're still suffering. You right?
Yeah. When's the next first party Microsoft games coming out for Xbox? I don't know.
Go ask for
Facts. Okay, Neil Druckmann. So Neil Druckmann finally, answered the phone. You know what I'm saying? I've been calling this man. He been ducking me because he know what's up. He owe me something. And he finally picked up the phone and tweeted out, an answer. So he said, if you tweet at me, I'm like, listen, Neil, just at me next time. By the way, he said, if you tweet at me asking about a future project, I can't say anything. Please stay patient. We have several cool things we can't wait to share with you as soon as we can. Meaning, Factions 2 is on the way. So I'm a little bit, calm about the situation.
Out with Factions either.
That's what you got from that?
Yes, absolutely. That's Factions 2. That's without a doubt Factions 2, Jack.
I don't think they're ever going to come out with Factions at all.
No, that's Factions 2. Don't
like that.
Y'all don't play. Let me tell y'all what's gonna happen because y'all are trying to kill my dreams, and I ain't gonna let it happen. Okay, so Factions 2 is coming out, right? That's one of the things because they're working on multiple things. It's gonna be Factions 2, and it's gonna come out with a Last of Us Part 2 PS5 upgrade, 60 frames. They're gonna improve some other stuff. All the.
You have to purchase.
Okay, yeah, probably they'll probably try to stick a thumb in your ass for $30. I ain't gonna lie, they'll probably do that.
30, nigga, you can 70. Fuck you mean 30?
Nah, I don't think they're gonna do 30.
You ain't getting a thumb for 30. You getting the whole dick for 70.
Yeah, man.
What? I don't think they're gonna do that.
A thumb for
I don't
30.
think they're gonna do that.
You getting it no Vaseline for 70.
Nigga said 30. Who the fuck you think you talking about?
I think there'll be upstanding citizens and understand that people already bought this game and listen, we're gonna give y'all this Factions 2 and this this PS5 upgrade for 30. Maybe if you already bought it or whatever, something like that. The point is, Factions 2 is on the way. We can all rejoice. We got reason to be happy because he can't be responding to anything else. He knows what it is.
Let me ask you a question, BG.
Yeah.
Factions in that game comes out at 70. What you doing?
Keep buying it.
Absolutely.
Keep buying it. Yeah.
You
we all got a price.
Them ankles and you take
Y'all
don't think it's gonna be a free upgrade though?
We all got a price. No,
I don't think so. They taking too long to make it free.
We are victims at this point. We know what the fuck.
I think it'll be a free upgrade if you got the PS4.
Nah, it's taking too long.
Here's the thing, right? An abusive relationship is only abusive if you expect to be treated better.
Just shows you they're gonna do that. Pardon me, I didn't even control. Final Fantasy just showed they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I know Sony's gonna try to do this to me and charge me. So it's not abusive because I know what they're doing.
I gotta cut you off real quick. I'm sorry. Blake Griffin is on the Nets.
Yeah, he's just signed.
What?
Yeah.
Fire.
It just happened. Yeah.
No sports. No sports.
Oh yeah, my other question is: if you're talking about being abused, are you confirming with us that Smoove is being abused?
Oh, absolutely. You seen the games nigga been playing?
You see, yeah. Listen, Smoove got a whole bunch. Listen, Smoove has a whole bunch of digital black eyes. Okay, it's in the form of his game library. He's absolutely being abused.
Trying to get rid of Spotlight. Come on, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely being.
Oh, I think if you got the PS4 version, I think it'll be a free upgrade.
No,
I think I put some money on it.
They said
Final Fantasy 7 just did it. They just did it with Final Fantasy.
Well, the Square Enix, they different. They move different though.
Nah, it takes too long. Once it take that long, they're not giving it to you, bro.
I don't think.
Wait, don't you get the free upgrade with Final Fantasy? Or?
Yeah, I thought you do. You do get a free upgrade with Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, with Final Fantasy.
You do get a free. Yeah, you just can't get it if you got the plus version. Yeah,
oh, that's why.
Yeah, you have to have bought the game to get it, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't
maybe
think
they'll do
Factions
something like
is
that.
coming out at all.
It might not, Bond. It might not.
It's a stand. No, it's coming by. It's gonna be a stand. Its own thing. It's gonna be its own project. So
that's gonna be free.
At this point, why not just move on to the next thing?
They are. Naughty Dog always works on 2 projects. They're probably in the early development of their next game, and they're also working on some further content for Last of Us Part 2, which is Factions 2 and the update. That's what's happening.
It's gonna be a dynamic theme.
They have to. They pretty much got to fix it. That gameplay does not translate to online, and they know it didn't. So they probably do it. They scrambling right now. They trying to figure out some shit.
I don't think you're ever getting Factions, BG.
With Sony trying to dive into PC, do you think Factions is coming to PC and PS5?
I hope it does. I hope it does.
I highly doubt that would.
I don't think so, but not
I
at
don't
launch.
think
It's
that
not
happened.
going to PC at launch.
I mean, yeah.
But hold on, imagine this, BG. The game doesn't come to PC, but only factions.
Yes, just a
That
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
make
like
sense.
multiplayer.
That wouldn't. I don't know.
I don't see that happening.
That wouldn't make
I don't,
no sense.
I don't see them putting factions on PC without putting just the entire game on it. Also,
Nigga,
Yeah.
Persona 5 Scramble is on every console, but it ain't. Persona 5's not. They'll definitely do some shit like that.
I don't see.
You'll be surprised what these companies will do, yo.
I know, but that's
That shit
different
don't
though.
make sense and it didn't happen.
It ain't gonna. I don't see that ever happening.
That's the real thing.
It
I never thought God of War would be coming to PC.
It don't make sense for Horizon and Days Gone to be on PC, but it's there, ain't it? So there you go.
No, because Horizon that's the first game.
Nah.
Days Gone. Like, I mean, you just can't just put the fucking multiplayer on there, and if people nobody even know about the game. Like half of these PC people never played.
Everybody knows about The Last of Us.
I don't see that happening. I don't see them just putting multiplayer on there. That's not happening. That's not happening.
Like I said,
Dudes out on
they put the sequel to Persona 5 on consoles that Persona 5's not available on. They don't give a fuck about this.
Jack,
type
I'm
of
gonna
shit. I know
tell
it's-
you,
different game.
Exactly, Jack. I need you to stop.
It's the sequel to a game that's not on the. Bro, they
Jack,
don't care,
you're
bro.
projecting your hurt onto
My
The Last of Us
comments
right now.
Nigga, hold on. This is what we not gonna do. We never gonna say nothing ain't gonna happen, bro.
Word,
not
thank
happening.
you. Exactly.
It's
If
not
I would have
happening.
told you, man, the show was gonna be on Xbox, you would have told me to go fuck myself 2 years ago.
No, not me. I never understood why a fucking baseball game was exclusive to a Japanese company in the first place. So that never made sense to me.
Big in Japan. What you mean? Baseball big in Japan.
It is, but it's not bigger in Japan than America. Like,
I don't about to give a fuck, man.
I
don't know. That's just very. I don't. That's a little
listen,
far-fetched.
I mop these motherfucking PC niggas up too. So they can put it on PC. I'll mop these niggas up too. What's up?
All right, bro.
BG, I don't want to hear about the laundromat you wash because you a dirty bum. You ain't cleaning nobody.
Nigga, I'm the janitor, nigga. I'm the janitor to these niggas, nigga. I kick these niggas out and I clean up, okay?
Stop.
I don't want to hear this shit,
call me the head custodian, all right? Lead custodian, BG. That's who I am. Just know that.
We gonna call you fast feet and ass cheeks, niggas, because when the smoke comes, you ain't nowhere to be found, nigga. Stop that.
all that. So, Mocha, I don't know if you know this story. BG got mad because nobody wanted to play that trash game, Marvel. What was that game called?
I never got mad. But
what was the fourth Marvel game called?
Infinite.
Marvel Infinite Clapes that nobody wanted to play. And BG swore everybody was ducking him. So when another 3-on-3 fighter came out in Dragon Ball Fighter Z, he thought that he was going to smoke everybody. BG ducking everybody.
I never had time to play the game. I became very busy at that point in my life. I had a lot of things going on. I had a lot of things going on.
It's okay for you to say that, but not for me to say that.
Yep. Tell him, Mocha.
Oh.
Hey, hey, Mocha, I agree with you. You already know I agree with you. Listen,
you didn't agree last week.
It's only okay. It's only okay if I say I got a life. If I say I got a life, it flies. Hey, man.
So Mocha's right. BG can talk all that mess, but then when he can't back it up, he got busy. But if somebody got a husband and kids and a life, it's a problem.
They ain't about to pull up on me like that. So you these niggas will get that quick block.
Well, like you're treating Mocha like Mocha was out here talking mess like y'all ain't beating games and I am. And then people called Mocha like, no, Mocha was just living her life. You were the one talking about how you're gonna wash everybody.
Yeah, like that's last week was kind of crazy because like, bro, as long as I've been saying I got a life and been making excuses and shit, ain't none of these niggas try to pull up on me like they tried to pull up on Mocha for saying I'm taking care of my kids. Mocha was like, I take care of my kids. I'm like, fucking play these games. We don't care. Like I was like,
guy was all in my DMs about Mocha. I'm like, bruh, stop. He's like, well, I'm a husband and I got this, that. I'm like, does your wife play games? Like, no, there you go.
Yeah, they just went a little bit too hard and took it a little bit too serious. Like,
and then we were joking. Like they act like we were like actually like beefing. Like it was a joke. The whole thing was a joke. Then also, can you just clear up the fact that you were exaggerating when you said I called you a bitch ass, pussy ass nigga, and I was gonna slap the shit out of you? Can you? I never said that.
That's how you felt.
No,
you felt that
I
way.
never said that. No, people are really thinking I told this man that. Like, I never said that.
No, you didn't. She didn't. It was a joke. Yeah, I don't know why they take so much of what Mocha says at face value. Like, I don't take it serious. I don't know why people last week was taking it so serious.
They don't have experience with women. The only experience with women they have is their little anime girls.
So you saying all women are the same, Bron? Is what you're saying?
Am I saying what?
You saying all women are the same? Is what you're saying right now?
No, I'm just saying they don't have experience with actual real women. They only have experience with their anime women.
But after last week, after I got bullied by Mocha, then Blandrew tried to bully me this week. I just been getting bullied for 2 weeks in a row, right?
Please shut up.
This shit was crazy, right? I'm in the DMs, because people know I'm looking for another PS5 to put in my living room, because I want to spend quality time with my loving wife, right? Spend some quality time playing games, because the couple that plays games together stays together. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
That's never been my experience. I'll tell you that right now.
So
the girl that plays games can get the fuck out of my place.
So that's why I want another PS5, right? So here come Blandrew, right? Talking about, oh man, you good for nothing, lazy nigger. Like, just move the PS5. I'm like,
damn, that's a hard R.
I'm like, you good for nothing, lazy. Just move the PS5 from one room to the other.
Is that how you see me?
Bro, that's how I heard you say it. Just you're good for nothing, good for nothing. You don't want to work. You don't want to get a job. You don't want to move the PS5 to the other room.
Doesn't Blandrew have like 8 switches?
Oh man!
And then they fought this man in 4K.
No. I admit I was mentally ill when I did that, but I need you to sit up here and tell me that it's wrong for you. No, I need you to sit up here and tell me that you're wrong for trying to do this too. It's easy.
Absolutely
just
not.
Unplug the PS5, bring it to another room, and plug it in.
No, it's not. Though.
I'm sitting here right now with a broken pinky toe, and I can still do that.
Blandrew, anybody in the comment section, anybody in this room will tell you it is not normal to move a console around your house.
It's perfectly normal. I would never buy two of any consoles.
Thank you, Bond.
Okay. Who in here thinks it's normal? Is it normal? Who in here thinks it's normal?
Not the PS5.
I'm not moving no
consoles. It depends on your cable management. If you just have wires everywhere, it's not going to take you nothing but 2 seconds to unplug.
Nah, y'all can't. I know the PS5 is too big for that.
I'm not moving no PS5.
I ain't moving nothing.
PS5 for nothing. My TV. So I moved.
Just get an HDMI cable and a power cable and have it set up on the other TV so you can just plug it in when it's time to play on that TV.
I would do that if I was simple.
I would rather run a 50-foot. I would rather run a 50-foot HDMI cable than buy another console twice.
Listen, Blandrew. I would do that if I was broke. That's broke boy activity. I don't participate in those. Okay, I don't participate in no broke boy activity. I want another PS5 so it can stay in the 2 rooms where I want it. And then you bullied me simply saying I'm trying to pad Sony's late game stats.
You're definitely trying to boost PlayStation sales. That's how I see it.
Well, one console is going to make a difference. And I think it's all about convenience. He's paying for convenience.
Exactly.
BG, I've moved my Series X. I've moved my Series X.
That's a good question, though. Hold on. Wait, I'm sorry. Do you got 2 PlayStations right now?
I don't.
Who, me or BG?
You know, every time you log on to one, unless this change, you're going to have to keep grabbing your cloud saves.
True.
That's fine.
Because I did that when I had the PS4.
That's a longer process than just moving it.
It is.
No, but I don't plan to be playing the same games on the 2 different TVs anyway. On the 2 different PlayStations.
I got a PC.
Yeah, the one in the living room.
Move my table with my arms. Boo-hoo.
See, on Xbox, it actually makes sense to own more than one Xbox.
I was getting shamed for this. I can't believe I was getting shamed for wanting to pay for convenience.
I guarantee you, Blanche,
you're not paying for convenience. You're paying for stupidity.
I worked too hard to be just having like 2 cables or moving my PlayStation around.
Just run a long HDMI cord.
Nah, that's not good to do with the.
I'd rather run my long money to the store and get another PS5.
Yeah.
Blandrew, you gonna buy 2 of those Switch Pros anyway. Watch, I guarantee you.
No, I'm gonna just buy one.
You gonna buy like 3 or 4 of them, man.
6
If they're special editions, but again, I admit I'm ill. I need BG to admit the same to me.
So when I called Nintendo fans mentally ill and you shamed me, I was still right about that.
But he's doing it.
I'm talking about when it pertains to me spending money. I shouldn't be trusted.
But BG's doing it for like a specific reason. He's doing it for convenience. You just buying shit just to.
Exactly. I'm trying to have quality time with my wife. Why are you shaming me for that, Blanche? You're speaking to the mic. Why don't you want me to have time with my wife?
You can have all the time you want with your wife. Just use your arms, lift up the PS5, and take it to the other room. You save yourself almost $600.
Or just spend time with your wife and not the damn PlayStation.
We're trying to artificially boost these PlayStations by buying.
Oh man, this is crazy. I'm being accused. You think First of all, like Mocha said, one PlayStation ain't gonna make a difference.
About this, Blandrew, because 3 times we could have had extra PlayStations, but you screwed us.
Oh, I'm just not. I'll put the link in the description, but I'm not paying for it.
It's a simple thing of you could have bought it and we could just reimburse you on Venmo immediately. But like, oh no, I knew about it, but I didn't buy one, even though I could have got one. Like, thanks a lot for nothing.
Were you able to get another
your
one?
own PlayStation.
If we were able to get them, we would just immediately buy them.
But why is it up to Blandrew?
Okay, if it's not up to Blandrew, then don't post it in the chat.
Oh,
and you know. He trying to help you.
By the time I post it, it's already too late.
You know what else is a good point? Tick just brought it up, right? You know, people always make fun of me that I couldn't break that Blu-ray disc, but you niggas want me to carry this 20-pound PlayStation 5 across the room.
BG couldn't throw the PS4 at the door.
Exactly. I couldn't even break a Blu-ray, but you niggas want me to carry this huge twin tower PS5 across the room. How?
You better put some meat on your bones and just eat some of that hamburger helper.
I don't see the problem with it. I mean, if it's convenience, go ahead and do it.
So let me buy my PS5 without being shamed. Okay, Blandrew, you bought 2 Switches because they were different colors. Okay? Niggas be buying
I admit I was crazy though.
Smoove and Xbox dudes got 10 controllers, ain't playing no games with them, but they all different colors.
Make fun of Xbox gamers for doing that, don't they?
Wow.
Yeah, because they buy it. They buy it because colors look pretty. I buy it because
all my controllers got burned. All of them got burned this gen so far. The red, blue, white, and black, all getting burned.
Hey, you do all that just for convenience. I ain't about to move a TV to every damn room.
Exactly, it's the same thing.
I mean, but damn, that's not comparable, bro.
I'm reaching.
Nah. You not reaching? I agree with you. That's not reaching at all. It's the same thing.
That's reaching. That's reaching.
That's the same reach.
That's the ultra reach.
It was reaching.
I'm like, what the fuck? I could have been saving money.
Some Monkey D. Luffy reaching.
That was reaching.
Use that money for something else, BG. Like a Nintendo Switch Pro.
Y'all want to do
I'm getting my second PS5.
Superchat Break, right? Go ahead, Jack.
Let me do. Oh no, go ahead. All right, go ahead, Jack. Let's do this.
All right, Super Chat Break, everybody. We got Brian Lobo. He said, I hate to be that guy, but BG, you did play in the handheld mode on camera in one of Jimmy's New Year's live streams.
That is true.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I can find it actually.
Unless y'all show it to me, it didn't happen.
BG, don't do that. I got the picture. Don't do that.
All right, we got Jazzy Jefferson. It says, if 4K Switch is real, does this make Nintendo fans hypocrites for bashing PS4 Pro and Xbox One X and saying they don't care about graphics?
Bro, Nintendo handhelds have had more revisions than any machines ever. And they're complaining about mid-gen refreshes.
Tarek Ahmed. I think this is in response to the N64. He said that controller was made for Axe. Oh, man. We got DJ Smith. He said, LMAO, did Kid Smoove explain why he was playing the Spiders and Werewolf games?
Yeah, the werewolf. Oh, well, yeah. So, to answer it, yeah, I was like, it came out. I was interested in picking it up, but I just thought it was too expensive for what it looked like, and it turned out I was right. So somebody from my Let's Talk Games podcast had donated me some cash to make the game 50% off, and then I purchased it, played it, beat it, and reviewed it. So, but it's all right.
Damn, you actually beat it? Is it long?
Nah, I mean, I got through it. Realistically, I mean, I would say maybe 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Shaq's on TV. I thought he got put through a table.
Oh man, we got
Jack, you start talking to him.
What'd you say?
I was about to ask, are you still going through super chats? Because I wanted to jump off with saying.
We got Bales 27. He said by the time the Switch Pro comes out, they will be 5 years into the Switch's life cycle. Would you prefer Nintendo go ahead and release the Pro, or just wait another year for them to release a completely new system?
I mean, I don't think they need to release a new system. They could just release the Pro as a new system and keep it backward compatible.
Yeah.
Hold on, what'd you say? You think need to leave, yo?
Yeah, you wanted.
No, I was about to ask you something, but I'm gonna wait for you to finish your super chat.
All right, we got the Superior Artist. He said the only reason people were hyped for Marvel's Avengers is because Spider-Man is an exclusive character for the PS4, PS5, but 2021, and he's not in yet because of COVID. Just go play Spider-Man, PS4, and Miles.
That is not the reason, Cap.
We got Mr. Oshido. He said, well, what is everybody's game of the generation? Well, if you're talking about last gen, it's either either Persona 5 or Last was Part 2 for me.
Persona 5 is Persona 5 is the PS4 the PS3 generation.
Well, if we going about old standards, I got to go Last was Part 2.
I'm going with The Witcher.
Nino Kuni. Nino Kuni too.
What? Yo,
that's my shit, man. That was my game. That one or Ruiner. Ruiner is one of my favorite games too.
Are you talking to Nino Kuni 2 or Nino Kuni 1?
2.
BG, kick this man off the podcast.
I mean,
That's crazy. That's crazy. You over here asking for fucking Ape Escape and shit. Ain't nobody about to listen to you. The walls.
I don't
know, man. I don't know what I would give it to.
To your one question, Blandrew, while they won't release a new Switch and they want to release a Pro,
that wasn't my question.
No, I mean, Jack, one guy had it. They realized what happened when they went from the Wii to the Wii U. It did not translate. So they are going to ride this wave as long as they can.
Yeah.
Let me see here where we at. All right. DJ Smith. We got BG. You better give us raid streams for factions too. Oh, you already know them coming, yo. Raid streams for the factions too. Axe Samuels caught Sean 8 ducking me on his podcast. Sounded very shook. Mans don't want any smoke, and we will raise the pot to whatever he needs. Super scary. So Axe Samuels, that's some jiggy rap battles. Okay, we hear you, Axe. We see you. Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse says, okay, this is he said Bond says we need to stop supporting anti-consumer practices, and then he says BG McGuire would say, I forget to see how that's my problem. Oh man. Road Runner. He said, when's Bond gonna take Mocha's cooch out his mouth? Excuse me?
Wow.
We got
water, y'all.
Yeah, whoever that is, the Troll King gonna come for his ass tonight.
We got Brian Lobo. I think this last one, Brian Lobo. He said, this ain't the last one. I'm tripping. BG ain't had. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? Hold on, let me put these back up. It said BG ain't had no problem moving the PS4 from his college dorm back to his home, but now it's a problem. Explain, Chief.
Nigga, we put it in a car. What do you mean? That's not the same. That's not the same. I took my PS4 home at the end of college. I don't think I took it home with me on breaks. I don't think I did.
Okay, I think we got two more actually. Okay. Lady Hulk X says, not gonna lie, I'll be moving my PS5 back and forth between my room. LOL. For the second room, are you gonna go digital or disc version?
Disc. I have a digital at my setup. I want a physical in the living room.
Okay, and we got H Dog Gaming that said, Jack, if Horizon Forbidden West don't have blood, is that an issue? No, because the first game did not have blood like that. Oh fuck, we do get one more. Yeah, it's not really violent. You Long T Gamer says, I need to what did it say? I need
y'all
y'all
to
to
do
do a Devour stream where I donate to make it happen. What the hell is Devour?
I never
That's
heard of that game.
It's like another like
sounds
Diablo
irregular.
game.
You said-
Patreon. Yeah, go on Patreon, or hit me up, and I'll instruct you what to. Okay, that was it, right? I need to get.
Yeah, we caught it.
All right, so just to go through some topics real quick. So crazy leaks on a train. This is a leaker that people say has been right about some rumors in the past. And
He
his
has.
oh, you said he has?
Yeah, with all the PC games, he's been right about the games going to PC.
Okay, so the latest thing he said is that Bloodborne, the Uncharted Collection, Ghost of Tsushima, and God of War will be going to PC. So if he's been right in the past, he may be right about this. Okay. Fireteam, Aliens Fireteam was revealed, and we got some gameplay for it. So it's a third-person co-op survival shooter, and is set after the events of Alien 3, and is being developed by Cold Iron Studios, which was founded in 2015. They haven't made any games before this. This is their first game. And I believe I read they were purchased by Daybreak Studios in 2019. So they were, and they're working on this Aliens Fireteam game. It actually looked pretty decent. Animations look a little bit stiff. The gameplay look somewhat solid. It looks okay. Quick thoughts? Not too long, because we got to get out of here.
I haven't seen it.
I'm not excited about any Aliens game.
Yeah, man.
Not too excited then. That's the consensus. Okay. All right. There was a leaked Elden Ring trailer. Looked like a bootleg DVD quality. So I don't know. I don't really have much opinions on it because of the quality of it, but it seemed to be very, very much real. But not really
It was
much you can
like a minute and 30 seconds long. It was
Yeah.
definitely real.
They came out with an HD version. It still didn't look. I don't know, man. Well, I guess we got to see the official gameplay of it. Somebody said that the trailer was like 6 months old. I don't know how they would know that, but I don't know, man.
And EA is delaying the next untitled Need for Speed game by a year because it's moving Criterion games over to support EA DICE to work on Battlefield 6 because they want that to release this year. So they're making Battlefield 6 ultimate priority. So they're delaying Need, which I believe is the right move because
Why Criterion though?
They've supported. They worked on that trash Battlefield game before. I think they the Cops and Robbers one, I believe,
or whatever.
Yeah, I think they worked on Hardline. So
no. Visceral Games made Hardline.
That was Visceral.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, people that made Dead Space. Yeah.
So, but they needed a studio, I guess, to help EA DICE on Battlefield 6. So they're getting Criterion. So and delaying, which I think is the right move. Like I said, because I really want a Battlefield 6.
I mean, they just bought Codemasters. They can move Need for Speed to Codemasters.
That's true.
And I think that's it. Good show.
I think that's it. Good show.
Good show. Oh, PS Now games. Games added to PS Now: Infamous Second Son, World War Z, Ace Combat, Super Hot. I don't know what the games with gold for Xboxes.
Hey,
Smoove, do you know?
I have no idea, dude.
Okay.
Somebody was in my stream the other. I don't know if it's just credible or not, but they, how they got to stay to play at home PlayStation games because of the COVID shit. They just did Ratchet and Clank. Somebody came in my stream and said the rumored next stay at home game is Infamous Second Son. Now, if this is true and they put a 7-year-old game on this state, hey yo, PlayStation on bullshit, bro. If that's true, I'm gonna flip the fuck out. They gotta stop playing these cheap ass old ass games. Y'all don't give us something recent, bro.
Games with gold for March 2021: Warface Breakout, Vicious Attack, Llama Apocalypse.
Are these real games, bro?
Yes, Vicious Attack, Llama Apocalypse. That's a real game. Metal Slug 3 and Port Royale 3.
You know what? I take back what I just said about Infamous Second Son coming to the play at home, dog. They could have gave us Attack Llama Syndicate or what the fuck BG just said.
Smoove gonna be on that later.
Smoove gonna get 100% achievements in that thing.
Yo, if it's hit right, it might be worth it. That'll be the first like game of go game I freaking touch.
GG, I need you to go to Discord and look at this game real quick. This game just sold 2 million copies on Steam.
Let me see. I think I might have seen it. It was like a weirdo game.
And now they're about to localize it for America.
This sold how many copies?
2 million.
Like we could have made this shit.
Wow, yeah. Throw me a Jack move in the lab. We can cook this up.
I'm saying though, what's good, bro?
Hey yo, this man Blandrew already got the picture of me with the switch in handheld mode, bro.
He had it in the tuck, man.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, dog. If you put that on Twitter, I'm gonna just say that ain't me. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Blandrew. I'm saying that's not me, dog.
Don't put that tweet up, but don't retweet that thing. Yes,
I'm gonna like claim that is not me until, bro. That's not me, dog.
The Fire Jimmy stream. I remember that one.
Hold on, bruh. Now, this ain't too far from the shit I was posting on Twitter that I was playing at 120 frames per second.
I was about to ask you about that. Game shaming. How do you feel?
Yeah, game shaming is a problem, dog.
It is not a problem. We definitely need more. Look,
you should be shamed.
The world needs more shaming. The problem with the world today is there's not enough shaming.
Facts.
Nobody shames people that aren't doing the right thing.
Man,
and that's why people stop doing the right thing.
I agree with game shaming to a certain extent. Like Smoove, you're on a pretty prominent gaming podcast. You can't be coming here and talking about you played Extermination Expert and Paw Patrol at the end of the year, bro. Like we need you to, you know what I mean? It's true. We really need to have some input on some of these games. You know, I don't play every major game to come out, but hell, I play some of them.
I ran through all the major games, so I'm taking out the but if you guys don't remember, back in the day, I was a platform for independent game reviews.
It's not wrong with playing independent games, but some of these joints you be playing, it's like I ain't even heard of these. So it's like, where do you get this from, bro?
Well, Killing with Fire is also on the Switch and the PS4, and it's been popping on the PC for a little bit. So the last game y'all was making fun of me for the other day. So,
well, we got to get out of here. Let's do these outros. Smoove.
Yo, Kid Smoove, best spot. Check out my Werewolf review, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, Blandrew.
Have a good one, everybody.
Mocha.
Have a good night, everybody.
Jay Harvey, our guest.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
All right, Smoove. Did I say Smoove already?
You did.
Terrible memory. Jimmy.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Have a good night. Peace.
Jack.
JiggyMerch.com, get in tune, hit me up. Jiggy Ski Mask. Jiggy Battle. If you want to continue, hit me up. Like I just fucking said. What else? Congratulations to the Jiggy Merch winners on WWP last week. I hit them guys up. I got them their items. One person he never contacted me, so I don't know where the fuck he at. But what else? That's it, man. We out.
Wait, is that every Saturday or is it like just
it's not every
like
look. It could be every Saturday, but if y'all want me to give out these extravagant cash prizes, y'all know what to do, okay? So it ain't gonna be every Saturday. I'm trying to set up a new battle with new Yokio Tony and Kid Dangerous, so we're gonna try to set it up probably for Saturday after next.
I need to see Hard 8 versus the Doctor.
J-Main versus Kofi?
I'm with all of that. You already know I'm with all of that. Get all that set up. So shit. Just hit me up.
Let me get my outro in. Black Bond, check my Twitter at the Black Beer Eye. Also, check out my little YouTube retrospective I uploaded on my channel last week. Because people like to misconstrue the truth and history of here on the crumb side of YouTube. Also, be sure to check out the real best spot, Ghost MLD, not these new age pretenders like Kid Smoove.
I think I'm gonna have MLD come on because.
You gotta put him on next week after the Xbox, shit on PlayStation with this Bethesda news coming tomorrow. So
Bethesda news, what's happening? Tell us about what's going on, Insider Smoove.
They're gonna confirm this week that them games is gonna be exclusive to the Xbox platform. Now, no multi-plat, you know what I mean?
Yes,
okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Are you willing to make another bet with Bond about this?
I'll make you a bet that they aren't exclusive to Xbox.
Oh shit!
No, here's Bond.
I'll bet you $1,000 right now.
PC and mobile.
So
Xbox PC and mobile.
You mean just on PlayStation? Just on PlayStation.
So 3 niggas get to share your girl, but she exclusive?
Yep.
Damn. You dirty.
Anyway, back to what I was also saying. Is everybody watching WandaVision? Because that's what I want to talk about during After Dark.
I'm done with it.
No, I haven't watched it at all.
I don't care about it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
All right.
watch what?
He said WandaVision.
Oh no.
Verizon. I get Verizon Fios this Thursday. The technician coming to set the whole thing up, so I'm excited about that. You know, I'm moving out the bandwidth ghetto. Bond can't make fun of me no more. All right, so hopefully nothing go wrong. You know, this Thursday out because I'm
Until you're
feeling
out
like
of
it.
that hellhole of Brooklyn, I'm always gonna make fun
Nah,
of you.
I'm
can't
Brooklyn for life, dog. I'm Brooklyn for life.
Until you have a kid and your wife says we moving out of the ghetto.
Going to Texas.
Brooklyn is not ghetto, sir.
Bond think all of Brooklyn is a bodega.
I didn't say all of it. when he says he's got 20 Chinese spots within a 200-yard radius, I gotta wonder.
That's New York, though. That's
I live in West Virginia. It's like that shit out here. It's like Chinese spots everywhere.
We don't want to talk about West Virginia either.
I've got a problem with everywhere
I
you
know,
don't
what's wrong with
live.
West Virginia?
I went to
Like-
University
like,
of Pittsburgh. Hold on, I got legit beef with West Virginia. I went to University of Pittsburgh.
Bond, you got a problem with Ohio, nigga. Like,
Nah,
where don't you have a
fine.
problem?
Ohio, what do Ohio do? They don't win nothing.
I don't know, but it seems like a random place to not like Arkansas or some
Hey,
shit.
Fuck North Dakota.
We got some breaking news, dog. We got some
North
breaking news.
Dakota.
Oh,
What's
good
up?
job.
Breaking news from Papa John's, one of the Patreon supporters. He said, Jack, do me a favor. Tell Smoove in March he has a Patreon request to stream Neo 2.
No, I don't.
Hold on. Didn't Papa John request for me to stream that Gears of War game?
Yeah, last month, yeah.
Can we switch it so I get Neo and he gets Gears?
Well, you have to ask Papa John's, but
Wait,
yeah.
no, too. When did this happen?
He just sent it.
We're going to After Dark. We're going to After Dark. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the viewers. Check out the Weapon Wheel Patreon. We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Lisa Berry Sweets has custom snacks and custom sweets for all occasions and events. All customizable packaging from bags of chips, drinks, chocolate bars, and candy. Follow Lisa Berry 28 on Instagram. Shipping